As we had last left off, the party, celebrating their victory over the New Order, went into their hideout in the Stars Independence to clear it out. Upon getting inside, they realised that the New Order had cleared it out, and Buenos had left a number of very thoughtful and lovely gifts for you. There are a number of near misses with some pretty dangerous things about, and you're not sure if you've gotten all the traps inside your hideout. However, upon securing it and ensuring that there were no enemies inside, and discovering what the New Order had left behind, you then went and proceeded to tell Gilderoy and Arano that the hideout was clear for them to use, to which they say, as reward for your services to Stars Unity, that hideout has been gifted to you for you guys to use as you see fit, as you begin your adventures into further beyond into the new world. The party collectively decided to spend the next 5 days in Stars Unity, helping ensure that rebuilding was on the way. People were getting along, and that all of that old arguments wouldn't flare up again. But effectively, just overseeing things. You have a lot of respect on both sides after the heroics that you displayed in saving the Stars Legacy and Stars Independence from the New Order. And effectively, you're treated like minor celebrities to the extent everybody in Stars Unity knows who you guys are, and are happy to help in whatever way they shape or form. So, I believe a lot of people had decided what they were going to do in their 5 days downtime. So we'll just crack on with it as much as possible, starting from left, going straight to right. Agnes, what would you like to do in your 5 days of downtime?
So the first day, I want to go and see the halfling house that I ruined.
Oh, yeah.
And volunteer my help to go and put the house back to order, go and do some tidying if there's anything they need me to do, cook them a meal if they ask for it, help out a little bit.
They are surprised, to say the least, but you're pretty charismatic, so after a little bit of persistence and some good smiling and the like, they agreed. You spend basically the day cleaning up the mess that had been made, as well as fixing any damage done to the property. They're more than happy to try some of your meal, and they cook you effectively their version of Yorkshire puddings.
Oh, yum!
So they don't have much. They do have a little bit of wheat, so they effectively cook you what you can in their makeshift oven, which is basically just a bunch of stones collected together to hold fire for a. But they are quite happy to have your assistance, and you walk away from that situation having made their lives better.
That's a positive. I'm happy with that. Day 2, I'd like to go, if there's like a seamstress or something, I'd like to get like my dress sewn into a pair of trousers instead. Just, let me know how much it's going to cost.
You'll have to go see the tailor in Stars Legacy. He is more than happy to do that. He will apply a little discount for you for your heroics. Normally he would charge about 2 gold for such an endeavour, because he's pretty high class, but he'll only charge you 5 silver.
Saves me. Oh, I still have to do math. Yeah, and I'd like to get a set of thieves' tools. That's the only other thing.
Yeah, that'll be standard PH Players Handbook prices.
I'll find the price of that and take it off my sheet. And spend the evenings in the pub doing some entertainment, and during the day, the rest of the time, just like relaxing and like reflecting on what happened.
Make 5 performance checks, please.
I won. 2,
Wow.
3, 5.
Nice.
So from your
Wow.
your evening performances quickly become, especially after the first night, a source of communal entertainment for both sides. To the point they actually build a mini podium right by the bridge where you guys had your victory, and they a working name, but they'll effectively call it Agnes's Corner for Wondrous and Entertainment. And with that, by going there to perform, you get a solid crowd of about 50 plus people each night. You're able to make yourself 25 gold.
Oh wow. Okay.
As
Yep.
people will pay for that kind of entertainment.
I will probably stick it into the party loot.
Okay.
I'm just updating the sheet.
Right.
Wick, have you got a best sheet for that?
I waited because not everybody answered. So I put what the split would be, but I left it as it is for right now on the party loot sheet until we all affirmatively said that that's what we wanted to do with the money.
Okay, I made a note
Okay.
on there as well, just so that we know. Okay, and I'll find the thieves' tools and just reflection mostly.
Okay. Is there anything? Just so by the end of those 5 days, just as a character insight, what does Agnes come to in her reflection? What does she think about? What does she feel? What conclusion does she come to in her reflection?
It's more of a case of she's less angry with what happened, and she can kind of start the healing process. She can, she saved a town where she couldn't save a town before.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of thanks. She'll be hiding from people, but if someone wants to find her, it won't be hard to find her.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, moving on to Vorkris. What do you do in your 5 days?
Okie doke. So through a few casts of Comprehend Languages, I would like to make 2 copies of the herbology notes that Nature left. So in common, so that we've got them there, easy to read. That'll be one for the party and one I'll sell to Zaza later.
That'll cost you, I'm just going to say 2 gold and 6 silver, just for the ink and the paper.
That's fine. Okie doke. Then I'd like to kind of catalogue the plants that are there, just to try and work out what amounts we have. So basically what I'd like to do is make sure that the party has access to anything that would be useful, but where possible and where there's enough of a certain type of plant, I'd like to take a sample back for Zaza to sell to him along with the notes that I'm making.
Now, I mean, there's enough of abundance for you to be able to take a sample of all of the rarer plants, at least.
Okie doke, that's cool then. And the rest of the time I'd carry on searching all the hideout, focusing mostly in the library. Ideally, I'd like to find
Drusilia's notes.
Sorry?
Do you organise Drusilia's notes? Because there was a lot of paperwork in the library made by Drusilia.
Oh, then yes. Basically, like any paperwork like that, that's what I'd be combing through. I probably in these 5 days, anyone that doesn't come into the library will barely see me.
All right. Well,
I'll just be stuck in there, categorising everything, reading whatever I can get my hands on.
Well, you've got 5 selections. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
4.
Just a moment. So this is what you will determine from that.
Ooh. I'll quickly read this out to the party. This is a mysterious one. From what I can gather, this is the furthest a single individual from the old world has travelled north. But they did not go any further than that, even though, according to the rumours, there was an entire forest and beyond within eyesight. I'll have to see this with my own eyes at some point to determine the truth. Apparently there are abandoned and decrepit structures along this edge of the world. Why can't people go beyond this point, I wonder? Is there some type of magic that prevents them, or is it the landscape itself? Dargon's going to send Vanos or Varys there to investigate. He hasn't decided yet, so that's Drusilla's notes on the edge of the world. And yeah, that will be mostly it. I'll just be going through anything in the library I can read. I haven't had a decent collection of books since I left home, so I'm just enjoying being alone reading with my my little friend Mad Dog.
No worries at all. All right, so there are 4 more entries. I'll drip feed them to you throughout the night.
That's fine. Thank you.
All right, so that's basically Vorfris basically just reads, transcribes, and educates himself. Okay, Emron, what would you like to do in your 5 days of downtime?
So referring back to the finding of the 3 ancient potions and the 2 healing potions that we were found in the last session, I'd like to grab Cora with me and hopefully on day 1 get to Agnes before she leaves for the halfling's house to get some inspiration from her. I'd like to a few things, those potions, the 3 ancient ones, to find out what they are and what are they made from, and the 2 healing ones, again, what is made from and how and whether I can make them in the headquarters.
You'll need to make make I'm just trying to think here. All right. Make an this is a tricky one.
Sorry.
All right, so in regards to the healing potions, I want you to make this will be a nature check with intelligence modifier.
Okay. So can I do it with Cora if I can ask for some guidance from her?
Yeah, Cora can guide you.
Okay, so nature check with intelligence modifier. Okay, great. Come on. Roll. There we go. Nat 20.
All right, so it takes you the better part of about 3 days to fully dissect one of the healing potions and determine what's in it. Now, in doing so, you will consume one of those potions, but you will understand the ingredients necessary to concoct your own potions.
Okay.
The ingredients to make more potions are currently available in Nature's Herbalist's reserves. You can tell that she actually made the potions from the herbs and the plants that she had gathered inside her particular area. And knowing what ingredients go into them, going forward, if you're in a location where there are ingredients for healing potions, the DC to locate and extract these plants is significantly lowered.
Okay. So can I make them from where we are as well?
You have enough to make 2. There are enough samples in her shop to make 2 more, but they will require alchemy checks.
Okay. And how long would it take to make 1?
Actually, are you proficient in alchemy?
I'm proficient in alchemy and herbalism.
Then you don't require a check. It just requires the PHB times and cost to create 1.
Okay. Great. So that's great to know. So I'd say that I'll do that with because there were 2 strengths, isn't it, of the healing potion. I think one's a normal and one's a greater one. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So if I say that, I do it with the standard one, the one that I consumed, and I'll leave the greater one intact for now. If that makes sense. And then
hold on. Sorry.
I assume it's 2 different ingredients to make 2 different potions.
Yeah, the greater ones require more intense.
Yeah.
It
takes longer to make as well, I think. It takes longer to make and costs a lot more.
I'm just going through the notes here. Yeah, so with the fresh potion of greater healing, so you will know enough to create the healing, how to create more healing potions. You know all but one of the ingredients of the greater healing.
Okay.
So you'll need to do a little bit more experimentation because it seems that the ingredients are no longer here. It looks like she consumed whatever it was needed to be consumed in order to create this. If best person to talk to about perhaps finding more of this ingredient would in fact actually be Vorkris, as he's going through her notes.
Okay, thank you.
And you're going to go through the old potions as well, is that right?
Yes, please.
All right, so this is going to be straight up alchemy checks, please.
Okay, what's that?
Alchemy is generally wisdom. If you're proficient, you can enter a proficiency modifier.
Yeah, I am. So, shall I do a saving throw then? Because it includes.
Wouldn't that come under medicine? Sorry.
No, because medicine is in regards to identifying wounds, illnesses, diseases.
Okay.
These are potions that do something very different.
Okay, can I have Cora's guidance as well if I need it on that?
Depends if Cora wants to guide you on that.
Can you please guide me, Cora?
Yeah, Cora would be working with him and giving him any guidance or advantage along the way.
All right then.
Okay, rolling now. 22.
22. Okay, so these potions, from your understanding, did you add the
no. Guidance is 1d4, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, let me just add 24.
24. All right, so these potions, from your understanding, are very, very, very old. We're talking centuries, maybe thousands of years old.
Can I decipher what they do?
You can decipher one of them. One of them, and this will take you pretty much the entire of your rest of your downtime.
Yeah.
Because the ingredients are just completely and utterly unknown to you, beyond actually consuming the potion. Without consuming the potion, you are able to determine that one of them is a potion of diminution.
What, sorry?
A potion of diminution.
Is it a shrinky dink potion?
Diminution. When you drink that, you gain the reduce effect of the enlarged reduce spell for 1d4 hours, no concentration required.
Okay. Great to know. And from the success of deciphering that, do I know how to make it? Like ingredients? Right?
No. No.
Okay, I just know what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That's very successful. Thank you. And
okay.
Do I have any time to look for some hide armor at all?
Yeah, hide armor is available in Star's Legacy.
Okay.
So that'll be standard PHP prices.
Great. And medicine kits? That's the last thing.
Yeah, they are available in Star's Independence.
Okay, great.
So standard PHP prices.
Thank you. And that's all from me. Thanks very much.
All right then. Isaac, what do you want to do in your 5 days?
First off, I want to take the moonstones to Willy's Wonders.
Righto. So you head down to the shop known as Willy's Wonders. Inside you find an affluent human male. Bald head, big bow tie with kind of red but with white spots, and a red striped blazer, and like quite poofy trousers as well. Like a big bit like good solid like kind of like sailor's boots a little. As you walk in, he goes, "Welcome to Willy's Wonders, where all of your dreams come true."
Oh, we'll see about that, won't we?
Oh, we'll see indeed. What can I do for you, my good sir?
Well, can you do anything with these? And then I'll show him the moonstones. I'd like into necklaces.
Necklaces? Well, I could certainly make them into necklaces, but I think I find more useful them as components. Would you be open to selling these to me?
Not really. It's more of a sentimental value.
Fair enough. Can't win them all, as I always say. Yeah, so I can transform these into necklaces. Do you want the 7 moonstones on one necklace, or 7 necklaces for each moonstone?
7 necklaces, 1 for each moonstone. And
Right.
would you be able to engrave a K into each of them?
I could certainly give it a try. Moonstones are brittle at best, but and I don't have the best of tools, but I'm quite highly skilled at what I do. So if you give me a couple of days, I'll see what I can do.
I was going to say, a man of your talent, I'm sure it'd be no problem.
Oh, I can work wonders with these hands.
I bet you can. So if I, how much would that be? And then I'll come back in a couple of days.
Ooh, well, you did just save all of our royal asses, those ne'er-do-wells, as we say. I'll give you a solid discount. 3 days of worth of my time and work with the necklaces, quite an ordained order, shall we say. How about a solid 12 gold?
That sounds good to me.
Wonderful. Well then, you leave these with me. And is there anything else that Willie can do for you?
I don't think so. I think that's everything for me.
No worries. Well, excellent. Well, remember, if you ever want to feel good about yourself, just give old Willie a tug.
I'll remember that.
Hopefully,
For God's sake.
Just waiting for it.
And with that, you bow and you exit Willie's Wonders.
The only other thing I wanted to do was pick up a chain shirt.
Chain shirts are available in Stars Legacy.
Yep. All good.
So standard PHP prices.
Oh.
Right, is that everything you wanted to do for your downtime of 5 days?
Yep. Well, and just help her on the new base tidying up. That's
okay, no problem.
Just about it.
All right, Sparhawk, what would you like to do?
I would like to take the braces and the bag that I found in Drusilla's to Vorkris. Just ask him if he could have a look at them.
Right.
But I will keep hold of the sword.
Okay. So, Vorkris, as you're researching away in the library of the New Order hideout, the door opens up and the first wave of fresh air in a while comes racing into the room. Streamy's just left Roll 20.
Has he?
I've still got Streamy. I'm missing Emron.
Oh wait, no.
I'm
Sorry.
missing
Oh yeah.
Emron.
I was going to say I could still see him.
I put Streamy up in the corner. I just saw somebody else leave.
That's what I've done.
My roll 20 keep crashing. Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, so the first wave of fresh air just comes whooshing into this library as the door is opened up, and Sparhawk walks inside carrying these golden engraved braces.
Vorkris,
hi, Sparhawk. They look lovely.
How are you doing? I found these in this room actually. Was it in Drusilla's room?
Yes, that's right.
And I'm not sure exactly what they are, but I wondered whether you would like to take a look at them and perhaps peruse, and this bag as well.
I certainly will. I don't have any special spells for that, but I can certainly give them a look over.
Jolly good. I feel they're probably more suited to yourself than they are to me.
All right. Are you going to cast Identify on them, Vorkris?
I don't think I have Identify. That's the problem with me not being able to check my own sheet. Ellie is just checking for me now. Oh, I do. Okay. And it's a ritual cast. Yeah, I'll have to ritual cast it, but it's downtime. So yes, I will cast Identify.
Okay, so the braces he brings in is braces of defense. However, they are a very old, intricate design. You're aware of braces of defense from the old world. This one seems to be a similar one, but whereas in the old world, the braces were effectively actual braces, like arm guards with magical engravings in them. These ones appear to be ornamental in nature, and it seems that the magic is infused in metal itself, which is a very different way of doing things as far as you're concerned.
Ooh. I mean, yes, these are braces. They will help someone not wearing armor to have more defense, but this is incredible. That the actual magic itself the actual metal itself is full of magic. We can't do anything like this in the old world.
Sounds interesting. And the bag?
casting on that one. So this particular bag has got some strange designs on it, like painted red and blue kind of diamond shapes, and it looks like it's got a little bit of a face that's sleeping on it. If I had to compare it to anything, it would be a Native American pouch bag, effectively. But after casting Identify, after a ritual on it, it functions in very much the same way as a bag of holding in the old world.
Have we emptied this bag since you found it, Sparhawk? There may be exciting things in there.
I have not. I just I literally picked it up, but we were still clearing the place out. I haven't taken the time to look into it.
Well, this bag appears to have its own little pocket dimension. I don't know if there is anything in there, but you can normally find out by turning them inside out, I believe.
If you wish to do so.
I will turn the bag inside out.
All right, so you turn it inside out. Only a few things fall out, and they pretty much all seem to be women's undergarments.
I think I'd be fetching in these. What do you think, Sparhawk?
You're intelligent enough to know Vorkris because you have seen her. They're roughly of the same shape and size as Drusilia.
And seeing them, Sparhawk goes beetroot red.
Imagine using a bag of holding for luggage. What's wrong with these people?
If there was anything in there, she would have already taken it out. So,
indeed.
Well, I hope she enjoys running around without any spare undergarments.
I will leave this with you, Vorkris, and I'll be on my way. Good day.
Okay.
And then I'd like to go and speak to Gilderoy and Arano if possible.
Yeah, of course. So Gilderoy and Arano have been spending a lot of time in Star's legacy side, in Gilderoy's office. You are welcome in at any time. You catch them in the middle of effectively discussing an expansion of the bridge itself, a dismantling of the siege towers, and redistributing the watchtowers on the rivers towards watchtowers on the outskirts, in the hope that they'll be able to see any New Order counterattack coming. And as you walk in, Gilderoy gives you a hearty, "Well, hello there, Sparhawk. Very good to see you." Arana just gives you a, "Right, mate."
Hello, gentlemen. Good to see you working well.
Indeed, we are certainly trying our best to work together. Yeah, it's a bit beyond my capabilities and knowledge, but yeah, whatever, we can. What do you want, man?
I wondered if I could make a few requests of you, if I may. I've got a number of easy questions, I suppose.
Well, ask away, hero of Star's Unity, please. Engulf us with your requests, and we shall do our utmost to acquiesce them. I think he said, yeah.
Okay, the first one is an extremely simple matter. Are there any decent barbers in town?
Now, that is a secret I would take to the grave, but because you are a hero, I will tell you about my own personal barber. He sorts out my hairstyle quite immaculately, if I say so myself. You might not have noticed, but I am a man who takes good care in how he looks.
It has been noted, Gilderoy.
I mean, you look like an ass to me, but sure. Yes, very funny, Arana. Yes, no, I shall give you his. And he'll just mention that Gilderoy sent you, and I'm sure he'll treat you right as.
The second one, again, seems like a simple request, but there's more gravity to this one. I can see that you're already working together.
Indeed.
You don't have to be best friends. There's nobody that says that needs to be the case.
Oh, well, I was going to name my first child up.
I just wish for you both to try and remember the events of the last few days and everything that led up to it, and keep it, the good and the bad, at the forefront of your mind. A great man from the old world once said that if you do not learn from the lessons of your past, you'll be doomed to repeat those mistakes.
We're keenly aware of the events that transpired that led up to the situation, and thanks to you, we are also quite aware that, the whole thing was manipulated in a certain direction. Now, let's not get a bit too ahead of ourselves now. The differences that divided us, they're real, and we're working on this. But
Nobody expects a perfect peace.
But it's not going to blow up. It's not going to blow up the way it was before. We're going to talk about things, and we're going to come to a compromise. And that's what I've promised, and that's what Gilderoy has promised.
And that brings me to my final request. You keep saying thanks to us. It's not thanks to us. Many people who live here fought against this takeover. Many of the guardsmen from each side rose up against.
They'll be commended with medals as soon as we forge the medals.
And some people died.
Yes, well, the best we could do was separate the dead from their side and the dead from our side. We gave our side, the fallen heroes, proper funeral rites as needed. If we did send words to New Eurinium of the names who had fallen, so if there are any family members who wish to come pay their respects, they are aware, and if they come here, we shall show them to where their graves are. As for this new order, we effectively built a mass grave about 2 miles out of town and dumped them all in there and left them be. We still have the prisoners, but well, we're at a bit of a deadlock actually on that one. Perhaps your presence here is quite fortuitous. But I would suggest that you go away and speak to your party about the special Ks about this. For there is your decision, I think, will settle it, because we're a bit of a loss of what to do. In regards to the prisoners, the ones who surrendered at the end of the battle, we do not know what we should do with them. They are a threat, to say the least. If we let them out, of course they will go and rejoin this Dargon fella, the rest of them. So that leaves us a bit of a conundrum. What should we do? We don't really do we waste our resources on imprisoning these people? We don't have as much to go around. We have even less if we have people who aren't contributing. We don't have laws here, so by what rights do we have to imprison them? There is no working set of laws here as of yet, so therefore technically what they did was not illegal. And well, as the old world is all about the law and order, we try to aspire to that, but there's a set guide of laws. There are lawkeepers, there are lawmakers, there are judges and juries. We have none of that here. So our options on this is: one, we exile them; two, or three, we pardon them and let them reintegrate into.
It's a prickly situation, and one that deserves due consideration.
Well, can we leave this in Special K's hands? Just a final quest, as it will.
I will take it back to the party. Yes.
Very good. Well, we'll leave that with you. Do you have any more requests of us, Sparhawk? Or
well, yes, I was hoping that you would allow me, as part of my mission to this new land. I've been given orders to re-establish and rebuild my order. A lot of the people that fought against the new order have proven themselves to be valiant souls. I would like permission, if I may, without putting pressure on anyone, to seek volunteers to potentially join the Order of the Golden Scale, as I aim to rebuild.
Oh, yes, I have heard of this. I thought that they had died out, actually.
We have suffered our losses.
I didn't know there was any of you left, to be honest. I thought it was a dead order. But no, it's good to see history alive. May I inquire, when you say you want volunteers to reinstate this order, will these volunteers be travelling with you, or do you want them are you suggesting that Stars Unity become a base of operations for this order?
Base of operations is a strong term. I would say that we would like, if possible, to build a house here, to have a station to operate from, but not using the independent of the settlement.
Make a persuasion roll with advantage.
Okay. With advantage.
Yes.
Yeah, 20.
Gilderoy and Arana look at each other and say, there's nothing we can give you as of yet, but on the next round of buildings that we intend to build, we will happily donate this to you as payment for your services and ongoing contributions to Stars Unity. If we are in trouble, I assume we can call upon the Golden Scale to assist us. Is that correct?
Absolutely. They are a force to defend the righteous. That is their path.
Arano leans back, clicks his fingers a little bit and stretches and says, well, from my side, you've got our support then. If you're willing to train these people and act as a defense for us against the New Order, I can't see any reason as to why.
I would like to point out as well that everybody will be recruited on merit, not background.
Oh, well, what if somebody was to make an ample contribution towards your society?
No. It's on merit.
Well, that's absolutely fine. Very chivalrous of you, but I can kind of see why the Golden Scale died out.
Yes. But not this time.
Well,
I have a good feeling about this land.
In the next round of buildings that we'll make, we'll build something akin to a gymnasium. Would that be sufficient?
Any help is welcomed.
Something spacious enough for you to house a number of people and train them and arm them. I just had an idea, Arano. Oh, please do share it. Very good to hear your ideas. We have our Stars Independence Guards and we have our Stars Legacy Guards. What if the Order of the Golden Scale, what if they were to act as our actual police force? Our actual community guards. That way, we could kill two birds in one stone. We could build a guard barracks for both sides, as well as revive this Order of the Golden Scale. What do you think, Orion? I think that's a lot of logistics that you need to figure out. Oh, well. We'll discuss it further in length. But what do you think to that, Sir Sparhawk? Could you conceive the Golden Scale acting as something of the actual guard, a unified guard for this town?
There is precedent in history. It could happen. As to logistics, I could request my retainers return from New Eurinium and they could aid you.
Well, send the word. I'll get you our fast. Very good. Well, is there anything else at all, Sir Sparhawk?
No, thank you. This has been most constructive.
Well, then you have yourself a very pleasant afternoon. Now, Arano, as I was saying, indoor lavatory. Do we need it?
Yeah, and other than that, I'll take the message about what to do with the prisoners back to the group at some point. And the only other thing was Pete's got a swervy mind and doesn't trust DMs, but Sparhawk thinks in straight lines, so he would go and practice with this sword that he's picked up.
Okay, do you want to attune to it?
Yes.
Okay. So, you pick it up, and you can tell that there's something about this sword. It's powerful, and you have to master it. You spend a short time getting used to the weight and the balance of the sword. It's been restored to its former, but there's still something about it to be unlocked. You just have to swing hard, practice long, eventually, whatever secrets it has within. And then the point of understanding this gap is this hidden door in the sword. You mentally open it. You attune to it. And it's the most beautiful sword you've ever seen. There's something about this sword that is beautiful. It's intoxicating. You never ever want to part with this sword ever again.
I knew it.
The sheer fact of you look at your weapons, your old longsword, your trusty longsword that you've been with for many years. You look at it with a slight disdain. It's almost as if it's dirty beneath you now. You don't need any other weapons. You only need this glorious ancient sword. Grasp. And there's something else as well. You feel an intense. You think about when you train. You think of the people. You think of the people who have harmed you. You think of Maxwell, and this odd flush of anger just washes over you, just for a brief second. But it quenches away when you realize that they are dead and you are victorious. But God's help whoever wrongs you in the future. That's all you get from the sword.
That's kind of what I expected. Okay. I'll go and cuddle my sword.
Okay. All right, so that's what Sparhawk does over his course of 5 days. Was there anything else at all? Just the general, something that makes you pass the time effectively? Do you just help out around town then?
Yeah, generally sort of maybe offer advice on placement of watchtowers on the outside to protect things. And
well, as one of the only men with military training, your advice is greatly appreciated. So, Cora, what would you like to do in your 5 days?
So Cora would have been helping Emron identify all of the plants, go through the catalog, work through the different medicines. She also would be talking to the plants to try and see if she could figure out where they came from, what they needed in order to survive in this environment.
So you have learned all of that.
I have learned all of that. So then
it's up to you whether or not you want to share that with them. So.
Yep. So I would be, as I'm working with Emron, first approaching him with that information. Let me just grab it here. So I'll go, Emron. Actually, I don't see Emron's picture here. Is he still here? Yeah.
Yeah.
I hid you under Isaac. Sorry.
How dare you, the snake?
Sorry. So I'll say, Emron, I was able to find out some information from these plants, but I don't completely understand it. I don't know if you will, and if you don't, maybe if you have any ideas, maybe we can talk to Vorkris. Maybe he's learned something. But I've learned that when nature was inspecting these plants, basically all she did was the same things that we were doing, touching them, talking to them. Sometimes she would eat parts of them. Sometimes she applied strange magic to them, but they didn't know what kind of magic it was. They seem to be content here for now, although they don't really understand the concept of dying. Everything just grows and is and returns back to the earth where it came from. But I did find that they grow in fields and forests. The mushrooms came from caves and swamps. But I they mentioned that they were all part of the Hala, and I don't know what that is. Is that something familiar to you?
Can I do any kind of checks on that, DM?
You've never heard of the Hala?
No. I'm afraid I don't, Cora, but it sounds very interesting.
Well, when I asked them more about it, they said that they basically are part of the first soul. Does that make any sense to you?
No, but it sounds kind of a bit scary.
I mean, it could just be that they consider that they've always been here and always will be. To that fact, they felt like they would, like I said, never die. They would just renew again, as always, continuing the circle of life. But I would maybe like to go. Do you think that Vorkris might have any information from Drusilla?
Yeah, I think definitely. As he's been translating Nature's Journal, there might be some useful information that we can all share as well from what you just said and from what I found out from the potions. Maybe we should have a chat together with Vorkris at some point.
All right, so then the two of us would go into Vorkris's study, knock on the door. I would be very timid at this point. I'm still moping, and like Cora's not vain, but she feels after all of the events and Bark leaving, she feels very vulnerable and exposed without her hair. And so even though she has this hat, she's continuing to reach up and touching her head, trying to pull it down, hunching over a little more than normal. But so she will be timidly knocking on Vorkris's study door, waiting for him to open.
So Vorkris, Sparhawk came to see you about 2 days ago, but as far as you're concerned, it was 5 minutes ago. Somebody else knocks on your first thing that comes to you says, "Why can't anyone let you have a moment just to research?"
God damn it! I mean, I will open the door. I'll probably finish whatever paragraph I was reading first, so it might take me like a minute to get to the door. It's like I was right in the middle of something. Cora, how are you?
So I'm going to read your body language, and I'm going to be so upset and apologetic that I've bothered you. And I'm going to say, I know what you're doing is really important, but I either have information for you, and maybe you can help us understand the information we've learned from the plants. I hope that that's okay. Can we talk for a moment?
Of course. Come on in. And if it's been like 3 days, you'll see like piles of books everywhere that will just like, there's no organization, or there is an organization, but it's only a Vorkris organization. So I know what each pile is, but to everyone else, it's just a random assortment of books.
It smells like dragon's breath.
I was going to say, does it smell like you haven't left?
I haven't left this room in 3 days.
I'll take a big breath and I'll go, do you need us to bring you anything? It seems like you may have been in here a while.
Yeah, it smells of farts in here.
And then I will push Emron a little bit. You can't say like.
Oops, sorry.
I'm sure you know what it's like. Like you just, you get stuck in a good book and you don't want to stop until you finish it. Well, this room's full of them. I've never had this many books in my life. It's amazing.
I will whisper to Emron and say, we need to have Isaac cast prestidigitation in this room to make it smell a little better.
I'd like to point out, when I say I haven't left the room, I've been leaving to go to the bathroom. There's not like a corner full of like Dragonborn shit.
Not showering or anything. You're gross.
No, I haven't showered in 3 days.
I will then relay all of the information that I just relayed to Emron and ask if you know anything about Hala or the First Soul.
That does not ring a bell to me unless I've come across it in my readings here.
In your research, you have not.
Then no, I'm afraid I have not heard of these things. They were researching many things about the New World in here, and I found a few notes, but no mention of those.
Okay.
Speaking of which, the first thing on your mind is pick a number from 1 to 5, excluding tourists.
1.
So this was the most recent thing that you were reading.
So yeah, they've been exploring the New World, and they found some information. For example, there's a place called Greyhelm. So this is what they said about it. As much as I loathe taking the word of lessers, Vrasta has provided solid information so far. He learned of Greyhelm from Barenbark, who in turn was kept informed by the hunting braves. So it is like 4th, 5th, 6th hand information. Yet to send scouts out there, but I believe it's on the cards for us. Dargon was talking about sending either Varus or Wenas to check it out in bed last night. Rumours are shoddy at best, but using my highly educated mind, I have been able to dissect fact from fiction. Greyhelm is a location, likely a settlement of a dead civilization. I don't believe it is connected to the Ojibwe, which I find highly fascinating. Perhaps a long-lost sister civilization? Either way, the secrets, riches, and magics that could be found there, first come, first serve, as they say. And those braves are already in the lead. So, I mean, one thing that stood out to me about that is that they must have had a shortage of beds. That's why she was present when they were in bed. I can't think of any other reason. Focus is very innocent.
Kristen's giggling, but Cora's like, yeah, that totally makes sense. Why would they be in bed together?
Emron, you're probably the only person who understands what that meant, so...
I'm bursting to say something, but I didn't. I don't.
It's just weird because there was beds everywhere when we looked around. It's like a whole hotel type thing. But maybe they'd just built that. Maybe this was an early one.
So maybe she was just tired from all of the reading and couldn't make it back to her room. I don't know.
I like the way you think. You think outside the box, not like me. Very good.
What is that bag you've got there for, Chris?
Sorry? Oh, this bag, do you like it? It's very fetching.
Oh.
It's a magic bag full of portals. Basically, you can put, not quite as much as you like, but a lot more than it looks like would fit in this bag, you can put in this bag. And it'll be kept safe until you need it later. It's very handy.
Very handy.
Was there talk of one of us being a party keepsake keeper? Not treasurer, the other word that we said.
Loot keeper.
Loot keeper. Was that yourself, Emron?
Yeah. Can I borrow that so I can keep stuff in it that we need that no one wants?
Certainly. This would be a very efficient bag for you to use and keep all our things in. And I will pass the bag to Emron.
Thank you.
I'll put the bag of holding in your inventory for Roll20.
Thank you very much.
So from there, Cora and Emron would leave, and then just periodically through the course of the next couple days, she would want to check in on people. So she would go and find Agnes whenever she could find her, and just check in and say, Agnes, I know that was a lot, and I know that sometimes it takes time to process what has happened. I just wanted to make sure that you're okay.
Day are we on?
4th or 5th.
Okay, she's not crying anymore, at least. She's kind of quiet and kind of looked down a little bit, but she's kind of like, I'll be all right. It's just a lot. Anger's gonna get me nowhere.
I think that's right, and I just wanted to thank you for being a source of strength for me after, and then I'll touch my head, but I don't really address what happened. And I don't know if you know how much that meant to me, but thank you. And then, because I'll feel all sorts of hulkingly awkward, I will change the subject very quickly, and I'll say, all of those papers that we collected about the dwarven prisoners, have you shown them to Gilderoy yet?
Was that the rumors?
Those were, let me see, the stuff that we found that you wanted to burn, and I told you they find profiles of the people of dwarven heritage.
Yeah.
No, I kind of left it there and didn't go back to it.
So I'll say, I'm going to go over and talk to the people of the New Order, the New Order prisoners. if you don't want to come with me, I understand, but I can take those papers to Gilderoy to see if we can find anything else out.
Yeah, I think that would be massively useful and beneficial, and the more that I sit here, the more likely they are to be burnt, and I'll just pass them over.
Then I will take them and I will go over to Sparhawk and I will say, you were so brave fighting Maxwell and it almost cost you. I just wanted to make sure that you were okay.
Yes, I was, wasn't I? Yes.
Wowie wow wow.
Sparhawk, you can have inspiration.
Thank you. I'm fine. I'm fine. This is not the first time this new land has taught me a lesson. I'm sure I would have beaten him. It's just somebody had more bravery than wits, perhaps, and I had to stop to defend them. That's all.
So then a question to Jack, based upon that response, which is a little Sparhawkian to me, and the fact that I, out of context, I know that he got this new sword. Would I be noticing anything off with him?
Make an insight check.
I would probably like to give myself guidance for that. So here is insight.
15. You don't have
Yep.
advantage.
Sorry. Yeah, I didn't realize I had it there. And then a D4.
16. So Sparhawk, are you trying to hide some aspect of yourself?
I probably just roleplayed Sparhawk the best I have so far.
So, since there's nothing to hide, I would say Sparhawk just seems honest and truthful, blunt, as always, really. So,
okay. He just seemed a little. Anyway, all right. So then I will just say, I'm so happy that you did what you did and that you're still here with us. I am planning to go to the New Order prisoners and trying to see if we have any information we can get out of them. Is that something you would like to come with me and do?
Yes, the gods favoured us that day, in all honesty. I would definitely like to speak to these prisoners. I have spoken to Gilderoy and Arano. They would like us to decide what happens to them as a party. Therefore, it behooves us to make sure we have all the information at hand.
Okay. Then I'll say, I was planning on going to check on the new girl, Carrie. Anyway, so I can just pass the word along, and if we want to go together to talk about the decision, we can. And then I'll let you know if you need anything. You can come to me, and then I will leave. And then next over, I will go to Carrie. And...
Well, before we get to that, we need to know if Kerry's still around. So, Kerry, we'll come back to you, Cora. Kerry, what have you been doing in your fights?
Okay. So I have a few questions, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
It says I'm proficient with light armor, but because I'm a sorcerer, would that sort of get rid of anything if I wear light armor?
Well, hold on. You started off as you started off as a sorcerer, did you not?
Yeah.
So then technically you wouldn't have any proficiencies in any armor.
Okay. I just wanted because of the multi-class thing. But
when you multi-class proficiencies, I'm just checking the proficiencies you get when you multi-class into. You get one multi-class. All right. So when you multi-classed into, yes, you did get proficiency in light armor. So yeah, you can wear light armor.
Okay. Is it possible then, with the gold that I've got previously before the party loot, to go and potentially buy some light armor?
Yeah, no, there's light armor available.
Coolio. So yeah, is it possible to just buy some? Because
Standard PHP
I don't want to be here a lot.
Which one did you want? Which one did you want to buy?
I didn't think that far ahead. What are the options?
There are three
Studded.
types of.
Studded is
there are
what you
three
want.
types of-
I will trust what is this word and just go for studded.
Well, studded will cost you 45 pieces.
45 what, sorry?
Gold pieces.
Never mind. I can't even find my gold, hold on. Incidentally, whilst I am there, I'm at a armor place, right? A blacksmith's, I'm assuming.
Let me just check
Or leather workers.
the shop itself. Just tic-tac-toe. So you're in Fardro's Metals. It's a small weapons and arms shop.
Coolio. I have enough gold for that as well, by the way. Can I just ask him?
Yep.
So, by the way, which part of town are we in? Are we in the
You're in Legacy, which is the more civilized side, but the one that didn't have any food.
Okay. Yeah, cool. I just want to ask about the general stuff it's hold in the city. If there's any type of rumors going around about like Starfist involvement in this new world.
So as you ask Fardro, now he's sort of a combination of brown and greying hair, a large beard, kind of braided a little bit. Very good pot belly, like lots of meat on his belly and in his chest, but he with no shame whatsoever, just walks around with his shirt off in his shop and just whacks away. He's whacking away an anvil as you ask him. So he just looks at you and goes, "What? No, I just work here. I don't know nothing about any rumors or anything. Tavern's the best place so you want to pick up some of that kind of information." Ting, ting.
No problem then, sir. Well then, I'm assuming, how many customers do you get? Like anyone interesting? Anyone who doesn't particularly look local, I guess you'd say?
Yeah, I've had that, or I've had a few of those special case type around recently. The ones that you helped rescue the town from. They ain't seen those before. They've been buying some armor to me and bringing good coin with them.
All right, no problem. That's all I want to ask that guy specifically. So I just want to study armor, basically.
Yep, studied up. So that's 45 gold pieces for you.
Like that, thank you.
So your armor class is 12 plus your dexterity model.
12 plus 14. Coolio. Then I want to sort of hearing what that guy said. He said go to the tavern if I want some rumors, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to make my way to the tavern then, and just stop not what's the word? Suspiciously questioning, but just sort of going up to like, I guess the what's the person, not the barmaid, the
bartender.
Bartender, there we go. Yeah. And just say, have you by any chance heard anything about Starfist Hold or the Vivos Trading Company getting involved with Starfists at all?
About as much as the next person. I heard that the harlot of a director they have in the VTC is well, much as they like to deny it, the king was in bed with her on fair amounts of occasions. VTC has got the royal family in their back pocket, or it might be the other way around. But all I know is back in the old world, they made themselves a lot of money. They're folk like us down in the dumps, killing the world away so for profit. That's why I got out there, Missy.
All right, thank you for that information. You mentioned them getting in bed with each other. Sounds completely
Well, that's the
insane.
rumor, isn't it? That's the rumor, isn't it? The director of AV is currently fucking the brains out of the king.
Oh wow!
Well,
I can't believe that.
That's what they say. I mean,
When
personally, I got a lot of respect for the royal family. Hell, that's why I came to live here in Legacy. But the VTC ain't good for no one. So wherever they go, things get corrupted, things die. Just look at the world, look at the nature of how that turned out. As much as I like them, the royal family are just people at the end of the day, and I suspect they're susceptible to corruption as well. And I sincerely hope that the family understands what it means to be in bed with the VTC and get out of it whilst they can. But not my problem anymore, and I'm sure as hell it's not yours.
You know what? You are so right. It's not my problem at all. I would just like to know one thing, though, if you wouldn't mind telling me.
Of
Whereabouts
course.
are you hearing these rumors from? I just simply want to know, just curious.
Well, I heard them back in the old world. I mean, they've been going around for years, ain't they?
Mm-hmm. Any of the same rumors sort of here? Have you heard them here at all?
Well, if people want to talk about the VTC or the family, they can't. Usually, people will talk about the fact that they're in bed with each other. That's an open secret, really. But if there's anything else going on in the old world, well, soul in the new world that knows about it, because we left the old world 7, 8. Well, I personally left there 9 months ago. So.
Oh wow. All right. Well, thank you for your I guess, cooperation, sir.
No problem. Are you buying a drink or not?
Do you have water?
I got a river.
I'll be great, thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, no problem. Just talk my ear out, take my time, not spend a single drink. No problem.
Can I tip him like 1 gold piece?
He takes the tip and he goes, I'll take all about that. I'll take all of that back. You're a lovely lass. And
For your very useful time. And then I walk off. Incidentally then, I would like to walk to the US Trading Company if there's a building for that.
No, there isn't. There's
Okay.
no. As far as the people here are concerned, the VTC does not exist in the New World.
Okay, that's cool then.
There is as far as anyone's concerned, there is no any kind of VTC in the New World. They're all in the Old World, but the party knows different. So.
Oh, okay. All right then. Leaving that train wreck in the yard, can I? Is there some sort of magical place here? Like any not magical place, like some sort of library for magic? Nothing. No?
You got the New Order's library that Vorkus is currently going.
The room that smells of Dragonborn.
Can I then make my way back and then go there?
Yeah, sure. What would you like to try and learn there?
I want to research into the strange magic that I have. Anything that I can correlate with what's going on with my body.
Go ahead and make an investigation check, please.
Cool, yo, I can do that. I hope I can do that. I hope I can.
I'd happily assist you if that's possible, because
you
I've been looking around the library.
You are busy researching, so.
Okay.
That's 10. I sent to.
Yeah. Stop sending GM.
No, it's because I want to see what I can do, and so in case I click accidentally, I go to GM, so no one can see it but you. And I forget to change it. So yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Well, you don't find anything basically.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Still confused as ever. Then can I research into Starfists and anything that is not common knowledge already?
There is no knowledge like that available in Stars Unity.
Okay.
There is only general history books of what they brought over of the old world, but in terms of new information, anything to do with Starfists, anything to do with recent activity with the VTC, anything to do with the old world, recent events, there's no information to be had anywhere in the new world.
All right. Coolio. I think that marks off everything I wanted to do besides just straight up training, like aggressive training in the I think it's a sparring room that we had.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
just testing out the magic.
So as you're training away, Vorkris, pick a number 2, 3, or
5, please.
There you go.
And just imagine this is happening later when I actually see you again, but I will tell you all what it says.
So
this is Drusilla's note.
Yeah, continue, sorry.
Drusilla's notes. Sorry, Drusilla's notes on No Man's Waters. A frightful concept, this one. No Man's Waters, as it's come to be called, signifies a body of water to the northeast of us. The real interesting thing about this is the name was not given by anyone from the old world, but was translated from an old map we found. I myself saw when that map crumbled to ash. Even Mending didn't fix it. Mending never fixes anything. What about this water could have possibly warranted the Ojibwe to name it No Man's Waters? A clear warning if ever I have seen one. Perhaps something lives in that body of water, a predator of some kind, maybe something even more sinister. Perhaps something more ceremonial, like a guardian of the waters. Dargon thinks it could be something, but wants to shelve it to secondary for now, until our mining operations have been set up and we have explored Greyhelm and discovered the Ojibwe.
Okay, there we go. So, Kerry, as you are training, Cora comes to see you.
Oh yeah, hello, Cora. If you when you walk in, you just see Carrie profusely sweating and silently swearing at the fact that she's messing up some of her moves.
She's messing up what? Her moves?
Yeah, I say moves. Pretend fighting, I guess. She's trying to do something cool, but she keeps failing at it.
So she will walk in, see you sweating and swearing and not really put together the fact that you're frustrated with your training and just be worried about you. So she'll walk over and say, Carrie, are you okay? You don't look well.
I am perfectly fine. Thank you, Cora. And then she just takes a deep breath and just goes, okay, I'm sorry. That was very passive aggressive. Thank you for coming to see me. I'm okay. I'm struggling with the strange magic that keeps happening to me. Teleporting out of nowhere, dying almost. I'm trying to perfect that so it doesn't happen again. But thank you. Thank you for checking up on me. How are you?
I'll touch my head and kind of lean down and just go, I'm okay. Is this magic? I'm sorry.
Continue.
Is this magic new to you?
I wouldn't say new. I've had it since I was around 6 or 7, slowly growing. Not really new, but recently it's, I guess, become more irritated, more frequent, I guess. But nothing to worry about on your part at all.
Is it something that you're worried about?
Potentially a little. I have no knowledge of what could happen to me at all. I know what I can do, but I don't know what to a degree. No, I know what I can do to a degree. But if at a random time, I might just poof, disappear. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Not too worried about it, because if I do, hopefully I won't end up on the other side of a wall again. But yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
So, she can feel that Carrie is worried, and she's gonna put her mopey self aside for a second and say, I hope this is okay. And she's gonna walk up. How tall are you, Carrie? You're like several feet shorter than him. Okay, so you're like a foot and a half taller. So I'm going to kind of take you this way and put my hand on your head, and I'm going to cast Calm Emotion to try and make you feel better about the fact that you can't figure out what's going on with you. And
are you a willing creature, Carrie?
I think so. I mean, yes. A little reluctant or hesitant on a hug, but yeah.
You feel chilled the fuck out. Like, everything is just fucking awesome, man.
I'm
And
cute, Cora. And
and
whatever tell
then
you, you're a great hugger.
and I will look at you surprised and I'll say no. But I just wanted to let you know that I know that you're new to our group and things are a little scary right now, but whatever you're going through, you don't have to go through it alone. And if you need any help trying to figure out what exactly is happening to you, you can always come to me and I will help you in any way that I can.
There is one thing, but I think I'd rather say that to the entirety of the group at some point, but I need to know if I feel like I want to tell you this, but I don't know your stance on this subject. What is your view specifically on the Starfist family?
The Starfist family has made it legal to have a bounty on my head for existing. And I think that is about as much as I can say about how I feel about the Starfist family.
Understandable. You don't have to continue about that. I feel like I will tell you guys together about this thing, and not right now, not to you, specifically privately. I think I will talk to them all as one.
Okay, and I will look and say, whatever it is, we'll listen. And I know that myself, I like to hear and try and talk things out. So I'm happy to know that you trust us, and when you're ready, we'll be here to listen. Then I'll also let you know that I plan on going to talk to the New Order. That the Gilderoy and Arano want to know how we feel about the prisoners and what we should do with them, and let you know that at some point we're going to be going over there.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, did you have something?
Also, Cora.
Yeah.
So Carrie is a very kind of closed off, doesn't know how to react with emotion. She just puts a hand out and she just sort of bows her head and just says, my condolences to you and with your situation. I'm very sorry.
So Cora's going to touch her head and well up with tears. And you may not recognize that they're not necessarily sad, but they're a little embarrassed. And everything comes flooding back. And she says, thanks, and just kind of slumps over and turns around and walks out.
Before she walks out, can I sort of, Carrie just looks down and I guess guilty, I don't know the word, and she just sort of runs up to Cora and she just sort of pokes her on her back. And it's just like, Cora?
Yeah.
It's Cora. Very sorry about this, and then she's just gonna jump and just sort of try and hold on to her neck and just be like, there is your hug. I don't know how to hug. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry I brought it up.
This strange
I'm just gonna come back down.
Hangs off of your neck for some reason.
So I'll just kind of awkwardly pat you and not know what exactly you're trying to do and say, it's okay. Hugging maybe is something that you could practice. And I'm going to go now. And I'm going to leave. I have Isaac, and then I have just one more thing I wanted to do. So I'm going to go over to Isaac and
one moment. So Carrie, as Cora leaves, Carrie, you go back to training. Is there anything else you want?
I think I just want to go to everyone one by one and just sort of say, I have something important to tell you guys later when everyone's
it's the best. The word
ready.
is put out that Carrie wants to bring the group together for chat. So we'll do that.
And then and then I have a question to DM.
Yeah.
We have in this 5 days we've had a technically short rest, right?
You've
So
had
all of our stuff
you've
is
had a
regained,
long
right?
rest. You've had
Long rest, sorry, not short rest. Okay, yeah, cool. So I can heal up.
Yes.
All right, that's all I really needed to do.
So, as Cora lays and you go back to training, the mannequin that you've been using is. So you go to the rest of them and you pull out another mannequin, and you hear a click. Cling! Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
I am very sorry, I can't hear anything. Can you guys hear me still?
I can hear you. Yes.
We can
I
hear
can't-
you,
I don't
yes.
know why I'm asking that, 'cause I
But
can't
I'm
hear
guessing
guys.
you
It
can't
doesn't
hear
make
us telling you that we can hear you. So.
I'm sorry, hold on, let me disconnect and come back. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Oh my gosh, yes, sorry, hi.
Okay, so as the mannequin you were using for your practice is a bit worn out, so you take that aside, you pull out the next one on the rack of mannequins to practice on, and you hear a little cling, click noise. Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Shit. Everything I do, I set off traps. Okay.
It is quite unlucky that it's you. I just set one up.
10.
Not expecting this. This bag just drops down from the ceiling and just whacks you in the face, covering you in flour. You have a look at you look at the bag, and there seems to be a drawn-on W on it.
W. Core. Carrie's gonna just instantly scream "fuck" again, and she's just not calm anymore.
And she
she's just gonna
proceeds
start,
to fuck the room up, basically.
Yeah, she's just gonna have like a little hissy fit and just start hitting everything. And when she's done, she's just gonna
Getting flour everywhere.
wipe the flour off her face, just get herself ready, all ladylike, and just.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna look at the bag and see a W, and she's gonna be confused.
Love one. Okay, so
Did that do damage to me?
so no, it didn't. It was just literally just a trap, and you sprung the trap. So okay, Vorkris, two or
2, please.
hang on.
Okay, this is Drusilla's notes on Monk's Rest Woods. This one is also Ojibwe related in that we have learned of its existence from a now crumbled map. It's very near to a body of mountains, and suggestions indicated it was itself a mountain. Understanding primitives is how we can discover the true worth of this, but my theory is that it was a mountain with trees, plants, etc. It could be a karst, in which case it's a lucrative place to mine for all kinds of rare stone. I suspect that a primitive culture would have turned it into a holy place or a place of cultural significance. Dargon is sending nature to check it out. Can't say I'm sorry to see the back of her when she goes, but still, to be entrusted with such a task over me? No. If I went, then she would be alone with my Dargon.
Okay.
I think Dargon's a bit of a player. I reckon he had them both on the go. Vorkris is just confused.
All right, so I believe Cora, you go to see Isaac.
Yes.
Okay, so Isaac, Cora comes up to you.
And I will look at Isaac and say, that was a rough fight that we had, and I just wanted to make sure that you were okay.
I mean, did what's to be done. Was not really much other choice. But I've been meaning to speak to you. You worship a god, don't you?
I do.
So what's your god's view on killing people?
Killing people. My gods generally think that cooperation is best, but if you can't talk and overcome, you do what is necessary to keep the world safe. And sometimes that is getting rid of some evil in order for good to take over.
But at what cost? anything justify what you do? Is there a limit to how far you'll go?
What do you mean how far you'll go? Farther than killing someone?
Well, with my powers and how I've come about them, doesn't feel right with what's happened with my wings and stuff. But if that's the price that I've had to pay to be able to get these powers and potentially get rid of far worse evil, then is that okay, or is it too much?
She would kind of stoop down and cock her head to the side a little bit and really try and hold your gaze for a second and say, what do you think the price for you has been? Your wings have been changed, but something else is, what kind of cost?
I don't know. I still feel like I'm me, but I don't feel any different. Just that I have these powers that I'm able to use for good.
Then if your powers are good, then that's what they are, right? Unless you feel that you are no longer good.
Well, taking a life, regardless whether they're good or evil, never feels good.
I will look at him and kind of like grab his hand and squeeze it and say, by taking a life, you saved mine. And surely at sometimes the benefit of an action outweighs the cost of an action.
I guess what I'm doing is right.
I would kind of straighten my head at this point and say, it depends on how you look at a situation as to whether it is good or whether it is evil. Maybe all those New Order guards didn't have the same view on why they were doing what they were doing. Even Bark considered joining them, and I really, in my heart, don't think that Bark is a bad person. It really just depends on the way you look at things. So there are certain things that we can all agree are evil, but if you're in danger or you don't feel that your powers are coming at a cost that is worth the good that you're doing, certainly that's something you need to think about and reconsider, because your life has value.
Keep it in mind, definitely. I know I can count on you, can't I?
You can. I'm here for whatever you need. Then, sorry, I would let you know that I'm going to go talk to the New Order guards, ask you if you wanted to come, let you know about Gilderoy wanting our opinion on what to do with those guards, and make my way back round to Emron and let him know as well. Before we go over there, I would have at some point gone with Emron after speaking to the plants and said, I think with both of our magics, we could, knowing what we know, maybe go and look for some of these plants. I can locate objects. You can, I think, do something.
Research would have taken up the entirety of the 5 days, so you have to go
Okay.
after you do the.
So then we'll do that after. All right. Then I guess I would gather everybody maybe in the meeting room so we could go to talk to Gilderoy and the New Order guards, and if Carrie wants to talk to us here.
So before that, Volchris, you finish compiling Drusilla's notes.
Yay!
Ooh.
So this is the Ojibwe, who we've spoken about in every other one, so trust me to do this one last. The VTC really missed the prize on this one. We found more bits and pieces of them on this side of the continent, which would suggest we are geographically closer to these Ojibwe than them. I don't get what that means. We are geographically
closer to these Ojibwe than them, than the VTC.
Right, okay, that makes more sense. Sorry, yeah.
Grammatically, it's correct.
Don't
argue with me on this one.
It is. No, it is. I barely slept. I could barely read. The sword that we have discovered here has been restored to its former glory. I can tell something hidden lies within, but I've not had time to discover that. I was able to date it back roughly 2,000 years, which would have suggested that was when these Ojibwe died out. However, we found a pot of Ojibwe design that dates back maybe a century, maybe even less. I reported my findings to Dargon on the matter. My analysis is that these Ojibwe are nomadic in nature, likely primitive, and there is a very good chance that some of them may still live, or at least signs to their culture can be found. If this does pan out, the information about the land we could learn from them. Dargon agrees, but says we should find and conquer them to learn what we can learn. I see no problems with that. With my magic and Dargon's power, should be an easy endeavour.
Okay. All right, so at the end of the 5 days, the party has been gathered together. So you find yourselves in the meeting room where you originally met Dargon and the other members of the New Order.
I come out with my nose in a book and with like 3 more books under my arm.
I come out cuddling my sword.
Cradling it.
Stroking it.
Amron and I assume, come out together since we've spent most of our time trying to identify the plants and research them. And then once everybody's here...
You can say that you guys are starting to blossom a relationship now. You spent so much time. only gossip.
Look at those rumors with my pretty hat. I mean, made me. It's a token of affection. So I will look around and say, Agnes has given me these papers, which are the profiles of the dwarven heritage, and I wanted to bring these to Gilderoy, and I also wanted to cast Zone of Truth around the New Order guards and see if we can get any information out of them. As well, Sparkhawk has told me that Gilderoy and Arano want us to come to a decision as to what to do with the prisoners.
It's important that we have all the information at hand before we enact justice.
Close enough.
Cora's gonna sideways glance you. What? And then go.
I think we should all travel together to meet these guards people and question them. Make sure that we are clear and of one mind. Arano and Gilderoy have left the decision as to what happens to these people in our hands. We can pardon them or pronounce them guilty as our decision stands.
Question. Actually, no. No, ignore me. I'll ask that later. It's not relevant right now.
Chris, are you in the room? Chris
is in the room. Yes.
Pull your nose out of that book for a minute, man.
I mean, I'm listening, but I'm not entirely sure my opinion on the matter would be welcomed by this party.
Why is that?
They sided with the New Order. They fought. I mean, I don't even care about them attacking us, but the people that lived in these towns, they were their friends. They were their families. They lived among them. And they just turned amongst them for a promise of power and started killing, locking up. They've already forfeited their life.
I don't want to, be that person, but I kind of side with Walkers here. I mean, I know I'm new and I don't really know much about you guys or this entire place, but I kind of side with Walkers. They completely turn against their families and everything they kind of lived for and with, and just to do that,
It may be a valid opinion.
kind of with Walkers.
We just need to make sure we have all the information before.
Welcome, Kerry.
Hi.
Vorkers is your friend already.
Hey.
Cora will look at the group and say, what if they were scared and felt like they had no other choice?
Surely the zone of
Were
truth
you
will
scared
bring
when we
out
came in
every
here to fight them?
questions. I was.
They aren't the same as me.
But listen though, you guys, the New Order was very manipulative. Remember how Bok nearly joined them? They were that manipulative. They were trying to play us against each other and kind of gave us false information and tried to get us on their side. I mean, at one point we were seriously debating whether to join them or not, weren't we?
Bark wasn't the only one tempted, was he?
Yeah. So who's
No, Vorkers was tempted.
Who's us to say that they're guilty when we ourselves at one point stopped joining them?
And the fact they're so persuasive is one reason why this shouldn't be a decision that's taken lightly, because in theory, if we say, that they can rejoin society either here or somewhere else, how do we know they're not going to start recruiting for the New Order again? How do we know that this is not going to happen again and again and again in the new towns these people go to?
I have a not a solution, but a thing. Maybe not sentencing them to death, not being judged, jury, and executioner type of thing. Instead, why don't we just, I guess, not in a sense imprison them, but put them to work, considering that both the settlements need work, evidently. One needs food, one needs building supplies. Why don't we use those people as kind
slaves?
of miners?
I don't want to put words into mouth here, but I just want to point out the fact that, of course, a starfish would suggest slavery.
Indentured servitude.
Yeah.
Naturally, Sparhawk
I'm
is
kind of
nodding
in
his
slavery,
head
and I look
towards-
over at Sparhawk. Slaves are bad, aren't they, Sparhawk?
I'm just pointing out the unique irony.
Not calling them slaves. Essentially, kind of
Prisoners
slaves,
with
but-
jobs.
Prisoners with jobs, exactly. I mean, think of it though. They haven't done any good, clearly. Instead of just offing them, why don't we make them do good involuntarily? Because it'll be a win-win situation, and both wins for us, and it's a lose for them. So,
If I were to
Yeah.
agree with you, which unfortunately I do not, I don't agree with slavery. However, even if I were, then to put them to work, you would need to then have people watching them constantly, 24/7, to make sure they didn't run off and go and
That's a
turn
good
against
point.
people again. So it's still
Guardsmen.
time and resources guarding these people.
Certainly not every person made their decision for the same reasons, and maybe we can talk to them first and decide what to do with them after.
And I kind of I agree, and it might be a case there might be people who are more not leaders, but who are more involved and who would, in theory, potentially go out and spread the word again. And I think that no, we're not judge, jury, executioners, but we also want to protect people. And the thought that the decision that we make might affect another town exactly the same way this happened is a big ask when we don't even know who these people are. The person who I want to have a word with is bloody Mead for putting the original stuff in Arano's drink and kidnapping him and stuff and making the other guy come back.
Mead was not one of the ones who surrendered.
I still don't know that.
Presumably he's not in the town.
I still don't know
So
that.
he is
I'm still
gone.
pissed off with the guy.
Shall we go and speak to these people then? And
yeah.
Cora, as you said, you have something that may elucidate some of the truth, at least. I'm aware there are ways around these things, but it should help.
We can only do our best.
Cora, your
Yeah.
thing that you were planning to do, the magical tell us the thing. What does that entirely entail? I'm not familiar with your type of magic. No offense.
No, that's okay. So, basically, it will. I have an area where I can. I'm going to put it in the chat for you if you really don't understand it.
Yeah, I was hoping to get that.
Basically, you enter an area, and once you're in the aware that you're in the area, and you cannot speak a falsehood. So you can say something like, I don't want to answer that question, or if I told you that question, I believe you're going to kill me. So that's the truth. Likewise, you can tell subversions to the truth. Basically, whatever is the truth to you is not a lie, shall we say. Like, I believe I'm in the right when somebody who has been murdering people for fun is a truth to that person.
Okay, so we can't indirectly.
Yeah, I mean, alternatively, you can just say nothing. So.
Okay.
You know all about manipulating that spell, don't you?
Yes, I do. I really fucking do.
Bad Jack.
Okay, coolio. Well then, what's to stop them from really holding back from telling us any useful information? They're not entirely compelled to tell us. They're compelled to tell us the truth. What's the truth to them? But they're not.
Jack, your phone's going mad again. Oh, it stopped.
Wait,
I get what you mean, Kerry. But sometimes the truth might just be a case of I can function in the normal society, or I am going to go and recruit for the New Order.
Okay, yeah, true.
It's a tool that may help.
More directly, yeah. More direct questions like, what are your plans after this? Kinda.
Yeah.
What do you plan to do? Okay, cool. Now I understand. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
So, if there's anything else left to discuss, I believe the party will then get their things together, leave their new hideout, and head off towards the outskirts of Star Legacy, where the prisoners of the New Order have been bound to posts and guards have been set upon. There are 8 survivors. 2 of them have effectively been flagged out as the spokespeople, shall we say.
I was under the impression there was more, but that's fine.
No, that was. I was going off of what was on the star bridge. Let me just have a quick number look. 1, 2, 3.
No, that sounds about right.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there are 8 survivors. Yeah.
Borchris, before we would have left, I would have asked you for a scrap of paper and something to write with.
I'm sure I have a spare bit from when I was taking the notes earlier. I'm sure I had a single piece of paper and some ink that I could give you.
All right, so then I'd scribble something down and I'd tuck it away.
Okay. So you approach these prison guards. Don't try to stop anything. They're just making sure you're not going to stab them there. Most of the prisoners just avoid eye contact with you.
Question is, the one that shot me with a ballista and the other one that shot me an arrow in the foot, are they both alive?
I don't know, because they were random NPC. They were random guys. I didn't give them specified backstories.
I'm pretty sure
So-
the ballista
We definitely
got
did kill 2 out of the 3 people on the ballista. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
I think
definitely 2
one
out
of
of
the
3 we killed. There may have been all of them.
One of the ballista team survived. I know that much, but I don't know who shot you. So
I'm going to stay far away from him because I'm still going to hold him accountable for nearly sending me to hell.
let's say you do see the ballista person who shot you. That is right. So you see one particular person with short brown hair, a few bruises over his face. Looks to be quite young, maybe in his early 20s, maybe mid-20s or so. Definitely grown.
I'm going to give Cora my dagger. I've got to watch this, but please hold it. I do not trust myself. Just take it. Please.
I'll be a little confused, but I'll say, of course, and I'll take it and pocket it away.
I do see that guy, right?
Yeah.
I make dead eye contact with him.
He's not. They're not looking at you. They're avoiding. They're avoiding eye.
Okay, well, I'm giving him daggers then in my mind, throwing daggers at him.
Where the tide jack, are they sat down or?
They are sat down, yes. It doesn't look like they moved, so the smell is quite bad.
Have the guardsmen pointed out which ones are the two that have been marked out?
The spokespeople, shall we say, the ones who have actually said words, which is not the rest of them said words.
So we know which ones they are.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a male and a female. So
Sparhawk's going to walk up to where they are, crouch down, so he's at slightly above eye level to them.
They're not looking at you.
And say, "Look at me, please."
Make a persuasion roll.
Bilv.
The man briefly looks at you and then looks away.
Okay. My name is Sparhawk. I would like to speak to you each individually about the events of the last few days. Are you willing to speak?
Depends. You gonna let us go?
Depends.
Well, looks like I've got an awful case of the can't speakeritis.
And the one doesn't respond at all.
No.
Oh, that's a shame. Now I'm going to stand up, stroking the pommel of the sword, walk back to the others. This may be work. They do not seem to want to cooperate.
Shall we be really honest and see what the response is first, and then actually get some truth out of them?
I have a question for you guys. Who, other than me, who can disguise self here? Who can change their appearance?
Yeah.
So, what if we, just throwing out a plan here, disguise ourselves as one of them and pretend like we've just broken in and just sort of just be like, do you know what to do now? That sounds like something we can do.
That'd be a good idea, but not if you tell us first.
We're in front of them!
It's okay, you guys aren't worth a spell slot.
You did not specify you were whispering, Carrie. Sorry.
Oh, right.
I could maybe try something.
Sorry. So wait, did they hear that?
Yes, they heard you. That was their response.
I'm gonna look at that guy and just
don't step on that.
Oh, hold it. Punch him. Another bruise. Anyway.
Isaac and Agnes are our two charismatic people, right?
Yes, they are.
I think that if Agnes wanted to try some brutal honesty and a little bit of charm and see where she could get before we cast anything on them, that would be worth a try.
I was going to say I could maybe make them more friendly towards us.
I will bruise another one.
Isaac, I just want you to know you do have a way to learn everything they know.
Yeah, I know, but that's not the way I'm going just yet.
I'll just let you know.
Kind of like when someone knows the answers to the entire exam.
I think the devil just whispered in Isaac's ear.
Don't give Vorkus that power. He will abuse it.
It didn't whisper, it hissed in his ear. Clicked its tongue and tickled it.
Okay, so the group ushers Isaac and Agnes forward.
Well, I've got some magic I can use, but if you think you can talk to them first. Then...
We should just be honest with them and tell them that, What's going on? That's my plan. That's all I've got. That's what I'm going with.
See
Um,
how it goes.
Sometimes honesty is the best policy.
If you want to do some magic, Isaac, feel free to go ahead first.
Okay, I'll try. I'll give it a go.
Just-
And I'll prompt everyone to sort of cover their eyes as I put my hands into the air, cast sick pattern to try and charm them.
Concentration, assistant
Are there patterns of like snakes weaving in and out of each other?
It's up to how
Medusa
Isaac.
style.
I don't know. Just different.
I'm just gonna make a general. I'm just gonna make one saving throw.
Yeah.
So.
And they just hear from me. Hear my voice. Trust in me.
Oh wow!
So against the better nature, against their better nature, they look at the hypnotic passion and they just go, oh. And they just go wide-eyed and drooly.
Forcus is quite fascinated by magic. He also looked at the hypnotic pattern.
Wisdom saving throw for Chris.
I mean, if I fail, I'm hoping Isaac's not going to make me do anything weird.
You can choose to fail the saving.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to try and save myself. Then I'm just like staring. Ooh, pretty lights. Got to teach me that trick.
You are chimed by
Isaac. Tell us to,
yeah, he told you to look away, like cover your eyes.
I'm gonna look away, but I'm gonna just sort of look at Cora and be like, "Why can't people look at me like that?" And then just sort of sit there, even more angry now.
All right, so Isaac, they are charmed.
So if we let you go and release you, what are your plans?
Probably fuck off. Never be seen again.
Back to the New Order?
I don't know. Depends if they pay well enough or if they take us back. We're probably wanted men and women now. You know, we failed. Maxwell's dead. You know, our lives are probably forfeit. Then again, we have lots of information about the news about Stars Unity, as well as numbers and the people, as well as battle information on the people who stopped us. So that could be valuable information.
Would you not?
I don't know. I guess it's how Dargon feels.
Would you not want to try and stay here and rebuild a life?
No, there's no one here who likes us. We betrayed everyone we trust who trusted us.
What do you think, Agnes?
How do you know Maxwell?
He was our boss.
There is a chance that you might be taken back from this settlement. Would you go back willingly?
Probably. Well, I would. I don't know if old Giles down would, and I don't know if Rachel would. But most of us would, I think. Probably. I'm not too sure. And at this point, the hypnotic passion fades. The charm ends. And just fuck, and they just begin looking away again. Turn.
That's some awesome magic, Isaac.
So do you think that helped in the slightest?
Do it again! Do it again!
I think the fact that most of them would stay, I think that's good. I mean, I think, yes, these people fucked up, but if we genuinely believe that they would stay and
one or two might stay. The majority of them were like they.
Oh, sorry, I got that the other way around. I thought one or two of them might go. Okay.
No, it was the way that they'd rather go back to the New Order than stay.
When he said which ones were going to stay, were they sort of pointed out to us? Did he nod his head that way?
He nodded his head, but not in a specific way. So.
I mean, we just shout Giles down there; it'll be fine.
Yeah, we heard their names though. We could just ask for Giles and Rachel.
They don't answer.
So I'm
Everyone but Giles and Rachel is about to get killed.
Make an intimidation check.
They're all Giles and Rachel.
Me.
My name's Rachel Giles.
As I said that, I just figured they're all just going to answer fucking Rachel and Giles, don't want they? Intimidation.
There's only two women. Both. One of them says, "I'm Rachel." No, I'm Rachel. I'm Giles. No, I'm Giles. Oh, I'm Giles. I'm Giles. I'm Giles. No, I'm Giles. Fuck you, Roger. I'm Giles. No, fuck you, man. I'm Giles.
Sorry, guys, I didn't think this one through. That's my bad.
Boom. So I'm going to at this point cast Zone of Truth, and a little raccoon is going to run out and circle around them all and leave this glittering gold sparkly perimeter around them.
They are going to resist.
Oh.
Shit.
You are
That's still
aware.
Giles.
You are aware that they have successfully resisted and choose to lie if they want to.
They all genuinely believe they are Rachel and that other guy's name. They're all in identity crisis.
So I just don't know when succeeds or fails and affected is aware, can avoid and be evasive, but do they can lie?
Yeah, if they resisted, they could just lie.
Yeah, if they've resisted it, sorry, actually no, it's charisma saving throw. I need to re-roll that. Made a wisdom saving throw.
Come
My
on,
apologies.
worse.
Come on.
Natural 20.
Come on, Snake Eyes.
No.
20.
One.
Natural 20.
Natural 1.
What is wrong with you, fairy?
No.
I want to see the
So, yeah. So they have succeeded, which means they can choose to speak a deliberate lie, but you're aware of it.
I'll be aware of if they're lying.
That you're aware that they can lie. So anything basically zone of truth effectively fails.
Failed. Okay, I understand. Thank you. So I will look and then say, I'm just trying to read command. It's for one creature, yeah? So I'm going to look at the woman in front of me, and I'm going to cast command and say, it's a one-word command. I will ask, where is Rachel? And then I'll cast command and say point.
Ooh.
She just and she points to the other person, to the other one.
Little bitch.
And there's no, she just goes, and then she starts pointing to herself after the effects.
Okay. So I will go over to Rachel and say, look, everybody makes mistakes time to time. We need your help. Who is Giles?
Make a persuasion roll.
Shout in the corner, "You can do it! You can do it!" Bardic inspiration.
Yes.
Oops.
Oh, wow.
Don't think she needed the inspiration somehow.
You have it for another 10 minutes, don't worry.
She looks at you and she looks at you and she says, "The guy behind me is Giles."
So I will look at Giles as well and say, that guy over there said that if you were given the opportunity to make a new life for yourself or follow along with the new order, that you might choose to make a new life for yourself. And I'll just kind of look at them and say, what do you think if you were given that opportunity? What would you choose?
Make a persuasion roll.
You've still got inspiration.
Yep, I will. That's a D6.
Yep. Awesome.
Ugh.
He looks at you and doesn't say anything.
Does Rachel say anything?
No, because you weren't speaking to her.
Oh, sorry. I said you guys, so I was intending on it.
I thought you said you go to Giles and say.
Oh, no, that's okay. So then I will just repeat the question to Rachel. I don't know if it's another persuasion or if it's the one from before.
No, the same persuasion is in effect. Rachel just sort of kind of coys away a little bit and she says, I just don't want to die.
I'll look at her and say, nobody does. What would you say to maybe helping us find out what the new order is planning, maybe where they went, and we could offer you...
No, I can't. There's this curse. If I say anything, they'll know.
And then does Isaac overhear that?
I don't know.
I don't know if he's close enough.
I'm listening, like.
Yeah, so then Isaac overhears that.
Okay, so then I will point to Isaac, who didn't say anything, and say he was actually able to find out that there isn't a curse. We
Isaac,
thought that we were...
Did you tell Cora that?
Yeah.
When did you tell her that?
Yeah, told her on the way because they missed it on the bridge. I told Emron and Cora on the way when we were going to the New Order headquarters to bring them up to speed to let them know about me.
Right. Okay. All right.
After the oak tree, after we rejoined them, after the oak tree praying thing.
Okay. Righto. So that's how Cora would know that. If Isaac had not have done that, that would have been a heavy penalising for Cora. Just so you're aware.
Right. No, it's why
that would have been methanating to the extreme. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you say again? Sorry.
I said that my friend over there was able to find out that the curse was not actually real. We thought that we were under it as well. And you can see nothing's happened to us. It was fake. It was a way to make you think that you were under more control than you are.
I want you to make another persuasion roll for this person.
Is that the truth? That is the truth, right?
It is the truth. Yes.
Okay.
This person looks at you and just goes, I'm sorry, I don't believe you.
Are we also in vicinity of this? Or is just Cora just interrogating?
No, you're looking and listening to this.
Okay. I'll wait for a free chance to speak then.
Well, this is the free chance right now.
Oh, okay. Well, pardon me. Can I walk up to Cora and just whisper in her ear? Not a burp, sorry. I've just drank soda. Just burps in your ear. Could I try something that might be a little morbid, but only it's not physical, it's just verbal?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to this Rachel lady, right? It's Rachel that we're going to. I'm gonna walk up to her, look her dead in the eye, and say, if you don't tell us right now, you will die. And
make an intimidation check.
Yeah, sure.
I'd be like, oh, she's so scary, bardic inspiration.
Oh, thank you. How does bardic inspiration work?
You have an extra D6 to add to that intimidation roll you just made.
Okay, extra D6. 6, so 19.
So she looks at you, and Terra obviously does overthink. She says, I don't want to die. I really don't.
Tell us.
I'm sorry. I can't Because whatever you threaten you can do to me, I know the other way that I'll go is way, way worse.
Hmm.
You don't know what they've done to people who backed out. You don't know. You haven't seen them. And then somebody shouts out, "Shut up, Rachel! Don't tell them anything!" And she.
I want to shout back and just be like, "Shut the fuck up," and then look at her again.
She's just zipped up. She's locked out. Like she's zoned out.
I look back at Cora. Can I say one? Can I try one more thing, Cora?
I will touch you and say, "Do what you need to. Good luck," and give you guidance, which is a D4 if you need it.
Thank you. Okay, I want to just a question to DM. Minor illusion. Can I minor illusion a thing that looks like a magic missile?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to cast minor illusion to make it something look like a very dangerous magic missile, and just sort of hold it in her face.
Once you do that, she looks at her eyes go completely white, goes in the back of the head, and she faints.
Fuck's sake! Fuck.
She was already intimidated on the verge.
I'm just gonna sit there, look at it, and look back at Cora and be like, "I'm sorry." And I'm gonna just walk back out and just sit.
And I'll say, maybe walk over to Giles and try that.
Can I do that? Okay, I've still got it, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to him and then just hold it in his face. And
make another intimidation check.
Yeah. That's the way that was going. Do I still have the guidance thing? Because I didn't use it.
Guidance is still available, yes.
Okay. I don't want to use the guidance.
He looks at you and he says, "I'm sorry, but Rachel said, do what you want. I don't want to die, but have you ever seen a man have his rib ripped from him, split in half by having his neck and his hip grabbed by two hands and just torn apart? Because I have, and that's what's going to happen to me if I talk. So sorry, but you're getting nothing more out of me." And he zips up.
As satisfying as that sounds to watch, and to specifically watch you go through that, I will spare you the terrible torture.
He doesn't
and
say
I
anything.
I just get rid of it and just walk back to Cora. Oh, the group.
While all this is going on, I'm going to tap Cora and Carrie and signal them to come to the back with the rest of the gang away from the prisoners, so I can whisper to them.
Okay.
I'm going to say, well, it's looking like they're kind of holding up a united front, all right? It's very obvious. And they're encouraging each other not to speak. I think we need to take Rachel and Giles out on their own and question them individually, and maybe even show them some kind of mercy to get them on us, so that they don't feel pressured not to tell the truth with all the other prisoners. They obviously scared about someone else grassing someone else up. If they are isolated, we stand a better chance getting information from them. But I would not suggest to do it now. Maybe later, when they've stewed a little bit, and we've all gone. Agnes,
I have an idea, and it sounds stupid, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm just gonna
Every idea is great.
Just give me 1 sec. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna go, "Oh well, I hope that massive Goliath Dargon doesn't come and get me, because I know all about his room. I know all about Drusilla and her little magic shit she does, and nature and her plants," and basically spill as much information as I can remember about the room, open to everyone, so they can hear that I am not afraid to do that.
This can go either way, one or either way. You can roll persuasion at advantage, or you can roll intimidation at advantage. It's your choice.
Well, they're both a +5, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna
is
go.
entirely how you want to do this.
I'm gonna go persuasion then.
Okay.
Ouch.
I'm gonna lucky
good
to
rolls.
try and re-roll one of those.
All right.
Just a 1. because fuck that roll. That's a 19.
Oh my lord.
They look mortally horrified about what you're saying, and they do look like sideways, as if like you're going to get struck by lightning or something. And then they immediately go back to their stoic, expressionless faces and just looking away and not saying anything.
Guys, I kind of, upon thinking of it in the little short space that we just had, I kind of think maybe Emron's right. You know, isolate and essentially plea deal them. I mean, nothing's going to happen to them if they do speak, and maybe because, you know, they are surrounded by other people, just privately interrogating them might work.
My concern is that Rachel made it quite clear that the only reason she'd want to come back and live in this town is because she's scared. Now I get it, the New Order are scary, but they're going to be scary the second time they come back as well, so they're going to fold like that again. So I'm sorry, I stand by my original point and I say kill them all.
Well, I'd say it's voting time, really. It is down to the party's decision.
There's 7 of us, so there will be a decision.
So put what you want in the chat. So there are 3 options, unless it's considered that you guys want to consider. Basically, exile, reintegrate, or execution.
Laurie, go to sleep.
Reintegrate. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Please explain. The execution, of course. Stone them to death, just stones.
You've had medicine.
Someone, I'm an idiot, and I don't. English not great. What does reintegrate mean? Bring them back into.
Bring them back into the community.
Okay.
Go to sleep then.
I honestly don't know. I'm kind of very.
Neither do I.
Yeah,
I don't want to exile them.
That's not a voting choice, Sparhawk.
Sparhawk's being a politician.
Sparhawk needs to explain his choice before he says kill them all.
I don't know. I kind of want to exile them because then what if they, you know, come back together and band together? I don't want to execute them.
Holding is not on the cards for Stars Unity at the moment, Cora. They don't have the resources. So.
And I don't want to reintegrate because what if they do the same thing? I think the best thing I would do is
what is Agnes's vote as well?
I don't have a bloody clue.
I vote exile. It's better than keeping criminals in the city or just publicly killing them. At least we get time to prepare for another attack.
Because it's tied at the moment, you see. So.
Yeah, it's tied between.
And and Agnes, if you go with reintegrate, then you guys are going to basically have to try and convince each other to change your vote or something.
Well, no, because reintegrate's only got one. So at the moment, exile's got the most.
Yeah. 3
exile, no, there are 3 executions.
Exile's got 3. 2 executions.
2 executions.
2 executions.
Oh well, yeah. Core was an execution too, really, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, she's half execution, half exile, but the majority execution.
Yeah, basically, out of the 7, 5 of them she wants put to death, basically.
I mean, I could also be persuaded to let those 2 go, but I personally think it's better to kill them. But if that was
just to clarify, she doesn't want them dead, but if those are the 2 options, that's what she would choose.
Are we communicating this to the group whilst we're voting?
Well, first of all, I want to see Agnes before you communicate. So
yeah, cool.
I am just checking.
We spent a little bit more time on this than I had anticipated. So
I am just checking the viewpoint of my god because I'd forgotten that the bloody fate maker, innit?
She's trying to pass the buck onto her god. It's not her fault.
It's not. It's the fact I know I'm taking up time, but I don't trust them that they're not going to recruit anyone else, and I don't want to kill them because of backstory stuff. So that's the dilemma I've got. I would follow Cora because I trust Cora's judgment. That is where I'm leaning towards. So,
and what I was going to say was, if we are communicating this, and Cora has said that she wants to do that, I would be with Cora because. Again, she seems the most humane here, and would be like,
so
I'm not that humane, so.
3 views for exiling Rachel and Giles, and then executing the rest. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I'd happily jump on board that train. I can get behind that. It's not my best choice, but it's a reasonable compromise.
All right. Now, does any of the PCs have any particular strong arguments against this course of action?
Nope.
Okay.
Which ones are we executing? All barring Rachel?
All of them except
Rachel and Giles.
Rachel.
6 out of the 8.
I suspect that exiling those two is a death sentence anyway.
Yeah, no one knows
Just
what's
a
out there
prolonged
anyway,
one.
so...
All right.
Which is why I'm not too worried.
So, you send word to Arano and Gilderoy of you decide, and the response you receive is they'll take care of it. You don't have to get involved. So, you spend the last evening of the 5th day in your hideout, preparing for effectively the next day. So that brings you find yourselves eating your meals around the meeting table inside the middle of the hideout. Best the next contemplation for the group is what's next?
They haven't been executed yet, the people, no?
It will be handled after you guys leave. It's literally been an hour.
Yeah. I just want to put it to the group. If we need information from the 2 leaders of the prisoners that they got, I'm not overly fond of doing it, but I could get the information out of it. I mean, you voted for them to be executed. If this is going to help us in some way to possibly do more good, will we have an advantage on knowing possibly a bit more about what the New Order are up to?
How would you do that, Isaac?
Yeah, they weren't talking to
sorry.
it. They didn't want to give any information. How are you going to do that?
Oh, I told you before when I killed Maxwell, I was able to see fragments of his life. Possibly, I'll be able to do the same with them.
So you're going to kill them as well?
Well, you've already said you wanted them dead anyway, so if it benefits us, this is the silver lining in it, I guess. They're going to die either way. And like I said, I'm not overly comfortable with doing it, but if it's going to benefit the party, I'm willing to do it.
I kind of see your point there. It's kind of like throwing away a book of valuable information, or just burning said book.
With those words, you've got Vorkus on board.
Cora would say, if this is the good that must come out of the death, then surely it is good, as long as you're okay with doing it.
It is a big burden to take on, Isaac. We would not ask that of you, but if that was something you were willing to do, then yes, the information would help us.
I'll do what
I stand by Vorkus.
You said something about this patron and dreams.
Yeah.
What exactly happens?
They're consumed. I see fragments of their life. It's a bit difficult to see what entirely is going on, but afterwards they just get consumed.
I have an issue. To me, every person, every sentient being consists of 3 things. This is my belief, the way I was taught. You have your body, the physical carriage, the mind, conscious thought, the soul, subconscious, dreams. What you're saying to me seems like this snake eats the soul of the person you kill. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is how I was taught. This is my belief. My belief is that all souls, no matter how twisted, how corrupt, how evil they've been, should be judged by the gods, not some fiendish snake.
That's the thesis.
if you're not comfortable with it, I won't do it. But it could save more lives, and I mean, they're already going to be killed.
Do we think that these people will know more? They seem to be low-level underlings, grunts, foot soldiers.
I don't know. They were rooted out as for a reason and put to the front as heads. They must know something.
As I understand it, they were the only ones that spoke up. Is all.
Like I said, if you need me to do it, I can.
I cannot advocate it, but I am part of this group. I've pledged to protect this group. If the group chooses to go that way, I will not be present when it happens.
I wouldn't ask any of you to be present, to be honest.
I've said my piece.
Sir Sparhawk, I understand that your beliefs heavily go against this, but if it helps you, I'm familiar with nobles. I can keep you company while this happens so we can forget about what is happening, if that would help you come to terms with it.
Bow chicka bow wow?
Not like that, not like that, not like that.
She's 16.
I mean, that's legal. The New World, they've even said there's no laws over here.
I can play chess with you. I can talk with you.
I'm sorry.
I
I'm a
don't
bad
think
person.
anything will make it more comfortable for me, to be honest.
Okay, I understand.
I would also say, Isaac, that just be careful what you're willing to do to get to your goal, because there is a fine line between what we are now and what the new order is. Morals are one of those defining characteristics.
Well, that's why I asked you your opinions first. I could have slunk off and done this without nobody knowing.
You could have, and I respect that you have been very open about this, which is why you've received an open answer.
I won't keep any of this information from you. So.
As I said, it's up to the group.
Sorry. Speaking of information, I would just like to ask if I could talk with you guys at some point, just as a group. Just put that out there. Please continue the debate.
Well, the group's present now. There's no rush for Isaac to execute these.
I don't think Gary knows when the best time for anything is. So I'd say that she would be okay with now, but I'm not okay with now.
No, that's absolutely. You do it when you want to do it. Like, there's never going to be a right. There's never going to be a right or wrong, shall we say? You do it when you want doing it. Okay.
I think playing with Kerry, she would say, if you guys have the time now, I will tell you, but I do need to ask, what are you holding, Walker? Sorry, ADD. If you guys have the time now, I will tell you what I need to tell you, but I do need to ask that you won't, worst case scenario, hit me or attack me, verbally or physically, please. Is that something I can get from you guys?
Sure.
You have my word.
So, I'm only holding popcorn. I can't hold anything else.
Cora would come over and hold your hand and say, "We're here."
Yes, you have, Isaac. So.
Jack, I have that pendant, right, of the Starfish pendant that I got from the home, right? Still on me.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Wait, where are we? Are we back at?
You're back at the base. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll change the.
I'm just gonna. Sorry, thank you. So, Carrie sort of just takes a gulp, gulps, and then she just takes out this pendant and just puts it on the table and just looks around to see everyone's reaction.
Looks like a pendant.
Would I recognize it from coming from Star City?
There are no. I'm not going to say any of you are faintly familiar with Starfist heirlooms. So.
Oh, right. I thought it'd just be like something well known back there.
Okay. Judging by everyone's reactions to just staring at a necklace, she's just going to say, not that I'm proud of this, I'm not. I have probably one of the strongest hatred in the world for this family. But the king, the big guy on the big chair in the old world. You guys know of him, of course. His dead daughter. You guys know of her, right?
I think so.
Yeah, vaguely.
Well, she didn't die. She can swim. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, I've got a cramp in my leg. Oh. Sorry. This is a real cramp.
Generally, the only people would even be your position in the family was mainly hush hush. They would be aware of the next standing priest, but honestly, out of all characters here, the only two people that would even have a hint as to what you may even be talking about in terms of names would be Isaac and Sparhawk. Zenron was busy with the Elven side of it, who never really got involved with the Starfish, so unless when they were mandated to.
Well, those of you who are familiar with this lovely princess, like I said, she did not die in a shipwreck. I'm just gonna say it. I am her. I am the princess. I am the dead princess, and my father is big evil guy. Not evil. He is being manipulated and controlled by an evil bitch, which I plan to kill. Please don't kill me.
Cora's just gonna squeeze your hand and stand up really tall next to you and continue to be silent.
Very tall. So Carrie just sort of looks up at Cora and is like, I'm very, very sorry for what my family has done to your kind specifically, for putting up a bounty on your beautiful head. I take no action in that, but I will take responsibility on their behalf, and I am sorry.
I would look down at you and say, we are not our parents. My mother did not give birth to me. And everybody is free to make their own life and the path that they choose. And the actions of your father have nothing to do with you. And then I'd squeeze your hand again.
That kind of hurts. Thank you.
I would hate to be judged by the actions of my family.
Which is why
They were
I
not very
aim
nice
to
people.
eliminate a lot of them.
But surely they are back in the old world. Why have you come to the new world if your aim is to eliminate someone in the old world? That seems counterintuitive.
Well, I aimed to get away because, one, my magic was growing out of control. I feared that I would accidentally kill more people than the dreaded people in the family. And second of all...
welcome to the party.
And I couldn't be there any longer. My father expects me to be this pretty princess. I am not first or pretty or a princess. By title, yes. By looks and appearance, no. I couldn't be that person growing up as, you must wear dresses, you must like flowers, you must stitch this, stitch that. Whilst in my head, all I wanted to do was stab, throw, laugh. Kind of like I just couldn't live there. So I heard my sword fighting instructor take me on the ship, pretend it crashed, and now I'm here. And I one day hope to enact revenge on to Jack. It's Phoebe. Phoebe was the person.
Phoebe is the director of the Vivos Trading Company.
I aim to enact revenge on her specifically for taking a massive part in harming other people, taking their lives, and corrupting everything Starfist's name stood for. And I hope to make amends for everything, and I mean everything, that has happened. And that's why I've left. To sort of get stronger, I guess you could say.
Sounds like a noble cause.
Yeah, call it noble or call it revenge, whatever you'd like to call it. But I figured I'm sticking with you guys for quite a long time, hopefully. I might as well be honest. Just say, there you go.
Thanks
She's just
for
red, like Carrie is red.
Thanks so much for sharing, Carrie. I mean, I don't know much about your family at all, so it hasn't changed my opinion of you. So, because I don't know what you're talking about. But if your goal is the Vivos Trading Company, we have a shared enemy, and I'm with you on that.
Thank you.
Very true.
Everyone. Incidentally, that's all I wanted to talk about. How about we go and snake stuff. She pats herself down. Snake stuff. Let's get back to it.
Okay. Well, the question next is when Isaac wants to quit.
As soon as possible. I don't want to dwell on it too long.
All right. So after this, do you say anything to Carrie before you leave, Isaac? In regards to everything she just revealed to you.
I'm glad you're honest. I've got no love for royals or nobles myself. I'm glad you're on our side.
Thank you for your acceptance.
I wanted to do it before we left, but noticing that Isaac is going to leave, since I didn't get to, I'm going to hand him the paper that I scribbled on before we left, and it has the Blackburner crest on it. And I will say, I found this when we were searching through the jail cells, and I really think that it's important if we can get any information out of them regarding where this person went. I can give you and ask, or you can take this and ask.
Ask the prisoners.
Yeah. Yeah, and or if Rachel, I'm assuming Rachel and Giles are still there. They haven't been let go yet.
Yeah, they're still there. Yeah.
Okay. Those would be the ones that I would think that you would get the information out of. But she's also offering, if you felt like you needed somebody to go with you, that she would go with you. So it's your choice. She's giving you the paper and an option.
I'll see what I could do, but I think I'm better off on this. I don't want you guys to see this.
Okay.
Knowing what Isaac's going to do, Sparhawk will go to one of the bedrooms, start praying to Tia. Slightly different to normal praying, though, in terms of he usually takes his holy symbol out to pray with, but this time he's just knelt with the sword up in front of him, and he's holding onto the sword while he prays.
Okay.
How long of a walk is it to the jail cell? Sorry.
Probably about 5 minutes or so.
If it's under 10 minutes, I will just touch Isaac on the arm, and I can't say anything. I'll just be like, and just bardic inspiration him.
Thank you. That seems like there's not going to be a better time to do this, but I thought I'd do something nice for the party, and then I'll hand out to the 5 that are around the table the necklaces I had made.
So Isaac passes out the moonstones that you have been able to acquire in this hideout previously now have a golden thread, a small engraved carving, K, into the stone itself. They effectively necklaces.
And then head off to the room where Sparhawk went. See that he's praying. Just put my hand on his shoulder. I know you don't agree with where I get my powers or what I'm about to do, but without these, I wouldn't have. Maxwell would have got away, and he'd have probably killed you. And I know I can trust you that, you know, if things we still have the deal. If things do get out of line and I do cross it, he promised you to take care of that. And then hand him the necklace and then just walk out.
Okay. So, Isaac, you leave the hideout during the night. You make your way over towards the Legacy side, and out towards the outskirts. And eventually you are 30 feet away from where the prisoners are being held once again. Same guards as previously. What do you do?
Do they see me going in?
Well, they're not in a pen or anything. They're literally just chained sitting down. So they're just standing around the immediate area.
What, the guards?
Yeah, the guards.
Right.
There's 3 guards, so...
If I go to talk to the prisoners, am I like enclosed off from them, or
no? It's an open area. It's just away from the buildings, you see, so the regular citizens don't have to see them.
I just have to just walk through them.
So you walk past the guards, they nod at you, they're just keeping an eye out.
Then I'll head over to the 2 that were at the head of the thingy.
Yep.
And it's the man I'll look at first. Do you recognise this? And then hold up the paper Cora gave me.
He looks at it and goes, no. Actually, no, I'll redact that. He wouldn't say anything.
Same question to you, and point to the woman.
She also says no.
Well, if that's how you... They're tied up, aren't they? They can't go anywhere.
Yeah, they're tied, yeah.
If that's how you want it to be, then I'll just have to take the answers myself. And then I'll get my skeletal wings out with the staff, and I'll put the man to sleep.
So you pull the staff out. You don't have to put the man to sleep, you just have to...
Oh, right. I thought they had to be asleep.
No, if they're asleep,
yeah.
Then you get the instant crit.
Right, okay. So I'll just do that then. Just go.
It basically says any creature who is killed by their dreams and consciousness devoured, which in turn feeds Denda.
Right, yep. So I'll just go like.
So as you pull your staff out, it immediately transforms start with the serpents on the head. Immediately, some of the guards start. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, do you stop? Do you continue?
No, I was hoping with having the wings out, they'd get the frightening thing on.
I will have them do a saving throw. No, this is as soon as the wings come out, they just go. It's a demon! Ah! the New Order people just look up and just go, "What?" And they look scared.
Just bring the staff down on the mill.
So you bring the staff down and them out. I want you to go ahead and straight up just roll damage, please.
Oof.
That's a hit. I need damage.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, that's. Oh, yeah, it is.
It's 1d20. So you strike him across the face. What? I'm not saying anything.
I'm just gonna have to keep going until he's.
All right. So you just keep on. The other orders are looking at this with like wide horror as you continue hitting him, blood splattering up, and that last breath. Your eyesight goes black, and you find yourself as a little boy running through the street after two people you recognise as your parents. They are happy. They are relatively good looking. They seem to be rather popular with the people. Your vision changes, and now there's been an outbreak of illness, and you are probably about 10 years old and you're caring for your parents. They're telling you they love you as this illness of plague slowly kills them. You do not have the money for a doctor. You flash forward again to the funeral, and you don't have money for a funeral, so they've just been dumped into a last mass grave. And you spend days just crying, looking around in a haze, not sure what to do. Your vision changes again. Every job you get into, whether it be with mercenaries or just in a simple kitchen or anything, you always fail because you cannot get your parents, your loved parents died. People shun you. People don't like you because you are too bad at your job. No matter what you do, you are good enough. Eventually, your vision shifts to you being a relatively young man. You have depression has hit you for the better part of your entire teenage life. Who you love dearly, and she makes you happy once again, and you are spending thinking truly happy. You skip forward to nights where you were having a beautiful dinner with her, and you ask her to marry you, and she says yes. The visions skits again, and now you are walking into your bedroom to find this woman you love in bed with the night before your wedding. Vision changes again, and it's been several years, and you have just been depressed and horrified and jaded and bitter, and everything about this world is awful. And then suddenly you hear news that there is a new world that has been discovered, a new beginning, and it is everything. Vision changes to you going across the waters to once again you're touching down, and everything here seems genuinely good, genuinely pleasant. You make your trip out towards this where the new star settlement will be, until eventually you're approached by Varys, who senses a deep sadness within you, promises you that if you work for him, he will find the medicines to make sure that the people you care about will never die of illness again, that you will find someone who will treat you with respect. There is no horror here. And you enjoy it. You finally feel accepted. You finally feel at home. You finally feel loved and wanted, and it's everything you wanted. And all. There is now a battle, and these people you don't know killed a lot of people you cared about, and now you are captured. Next thing you know, this strange black hair is now beating you with a staff. And then darkness. And you see that same man through the darkness. All of a sudden, yellowy eyes appear in that darkness, and this huge jaw just reaches up, clamps down, and swallows the whole. Can you make a charisma saving throw, please?
Pardon me.
Your mind shakes. and you maintain your sense of self to separate life from his life. And you look down at him, and he's dead, but the way that you suspected, it's not the blunt trauma that killed him. It's almost as if the life just decided to leave him as he's slowly bleeding away. The guards come up to you. Oh wait, no, they've run away. The new order people are looking at you, just and they start struggling vainly against them.
I'll turn to the woman this time. Show her the piece of paper. Now do you recognize?
No, I don't know anything.
I'm just gonna cast invisibility and just run back to the hideout. Yeah, again, just.
I need to.
All right. So, about 20 minutes after Isaac leaves, he once again comes back inside the hideout. Do you maintain invisibility?
Just before I get into the doorway, and then to check myself to see if I've got blood on me, then clean myself up with prestidigitation.
Okay. So blood vanishes away, and you walk back over the threshold into the hideouts. Most of the group is still inside the meeting room.
Just walk in. I don't really say much.
The rest of you see Isaac walk in, and the only thing that crosses your minds is he must already be done.
I'll catch your eye and give you like a look, but I won't say anything. Like a supportive look. Pretty shit thing you've had to do.
Is everything decent? And she just sort of awkwardly just stands there, rocking back and forth.
It's done. I did it. I didn't get much information, if any, to be honest. Nothing that we could use.
It was essentially in vain, then.
I guess we had to try, though.
I respect your effort. Thank you for trying. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that. And then she just continues.
There are
There
were 5 other lives you could explore.
Oh, but I just couldn't do it.
Dendar's happy you gave her at least one.
Sensing the awkwardness in the room, I'm going to look at this moonstone thing that's been just given to us. I'm going to say to Isaac, this is all really pretty, by the way. Thanks for this gift. But by accepting this, does that mean that we are following your god? You kind of didn't explain what this is.
Oh, is that what it is? I put it on immediately.
Or are we following your cult now? Are we your slaves? What's this about?
No, it's just a symbol of our friendship, and then I'll just show that I've got one on as well. So I just thought
it's already your god.
That's not really proof that these aren't a symbol of you following your god.
Is Isaac's bigger?
I don't know, but about his moonstone.
It's very pretty, by the way. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
It's the most thoughtful gift anyone has ever given me in my life.
I believe it's the only gift anyone's ever given you in your life.
Therefore, it's the most thoughtful. I was trying to be polite about it.
I've given you the gift of my friendship.
I've given you the gift of my presence.
What's that worth?
Kristen's or Cora's, because they're very different values.
Like how much? Like I mean, Cora. Well, we know what the price is for Cora, so it's a pretty expensive friendship.
Mine's the same for both.
Well, the price of Cora's friendship is however much we could get for selling her fur.
Aww. She's gonna sink down on the floor.
She doesn't even have to die. You literally just have to shave her.
I have thrown things at him.
Right, all you have to do is shave my fur, or you
Yeah.
have to skin me.
I mean, skinning would be worth more, but
Oh, well.
I'm also gonna go up to Cora and just say, "Have you got my daggers? Can I have them, please?"
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
all right. Now, is there anything you guys would like turning in for beds tonight? Well, actually, there's the one thing you do guys have to us. Where the group is going next? Where are you guys going in the morning? Like, what's the plan?
There are many wonderful things to explore that we have learned about through their notes, but I feel our first has to be back to New Eurinium, because we obviously came out here for a reason, to look for the dirty little scoundrel scumbag who joined the New Order, so we should at least tell them that that has occurred. Plus, I wanted to go see Zaza.
I want to go to the golden butthole. A little mine that's a butthole.
The mine is different than the butthole. Right?
Well,
Like where they were. There's the cave.
We're going to the booty hole.
One thing we have to consider, though, you guys, if we are keeping this place, which it looks like we are, it was, we were told that we need to hire some kind of staff or guard for it. Otherwise,
if you want to upkeep it, I mean, otherwise, it would eventually become run down. Like the weeds would grow in, things would fall apart, potentially robbers as well.
Yeah,
it's been 5 days, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
can't Sparhawk slaves do that?
I was just about to suggest it.
Yeah, no, your retainers.
I'm up for the slave.
Your retainers will happily look after.
Yeah, so if my retainers have arrived, then I would task them with the upkeep of the place.
Yeah, they would have arrived on the 5th day. So.
So have they been to Eurinium and back? Just to be clear.
They've been to New Eurinium.
Great. Then I
guess. I mean, like, Albert would be very proud of you for what you did. Where is it? Yeah, Gloria is just happy to see you again. Kurik is,
hitting on Carrie.
Probably chatting up Carrie. Yep.
No, he's actually kind of like he sees her hanging out with Spark, and he's kind of like he's got the wrong idea, basically, shall we say?
What? Why does no one get this? She's 16.
But however,
so it's Kurik.
Kurik is more like 17.
Yeah, he's about that.
Well, I mean,
16,
16, 17, like the age range is the same.
Our oldest 12, I believe. But Kerry, you when these people come back and Sparhawk is greeting them, a little boy comes up to you. He's got mousy brown hair, a bit wavy, a bit locky, clean shaven face, and he's looking at you with big wide eyes, and he goes, "Oh wow, you're really pretty." What's your name?
Carrie. It's sorry, it's not Carrie.
My name's Harold.
Hello.
Hi.
Harold.
Harold.
Oh.
Hi.
This is really struggling knowing what you said.
Harold.
Harold. Okay, sorry. Hi, Harold.
Hi. I'm 12 and a half.
And a half.
Yeah.
Wow, you're growing up.
Yeah. You you want to go out with me sometime?
Can I misty step behind Cora?
Oh wow! What happened? She was an angel. She returned to heaven. Wow! He turns around and sees you. Oh no, there you are.
I'm gonna point at Isaac and say he's the angel.
Oh.
And then, just hold Cora's hand and be like, Cora.
Carrie, can I sing you a song, please?
Harold,
go ahead.
Stop.
Go ahead.
Stop. Leave Carrie alone.
I'm sorry, Sir Sparhawk, but the heart wants what the heart wants.
Oh dear.
Oh, Carrie, you're the best. And one day, I hope you will marry me. Oh, Carrie.
As soon as he says that line, Carrie mood switches. She's like she's angry, not angry, but like distraught, and she's like, "Don't ever, ever speak those lines to me again." And then she goes back to being normal.
All right, Arnold runs away into. Slams the door.
I'm glad I made a child cry today, guys.
He's a preteen, he'll get over it.
It's 12 and a half, actually.
Before we...
Kurik also says, I'm 12 and a half as well.
Who says that?
Kurik.
He's
a bit of an older boy, getting his stubble. He's pretty much the same age as you, Kerry. He's a bit tall. He's quite athletic.
What does he look like? Because I've got an envision of this person in my head, not this guy, this other guy in the background of.
You've got access to the Google Docs, haven't you?
It looks like that.
Do I?
Yeah, it's all on there.
Well, if you look at the map now, he's on there.
Yeah, he looks fairly similar to the guy that Kerry had dated a little. So she's looking at him. She's like, "You're okay, all right, okay. What's your name?"
Kurik, but you can just call me K. I'm special.
Her eye twitches at that.
When he says that, I'm going to say to Isaac, "Have you got a necklace for him as well? Because he's got a K."
He's a whole different kind of special.
Hey, I heard your name's Carey, right? Whenever you feel like you're done playing around with the kids, why don't you come speak to a man?
Well, that's some silence.
I look at Sparhawk and I look at him and I say, request to open fire.
Granted.
Okay, hold on.
Don't kill him, though.
Remember, if an NPC drops to 0 HP, they will die.
Yeah, don't worry, I won't. I don't want to kill him, but I want to cast Shocking Grasp on him.
Make a melee spell.
I'm just gonna press it. I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, so that's a natural one. So you go to cast this, but he misinterprets the situation and he moves in at the same time you move in, and he embraces you in a hug. He goes, "Don't worry, baby, I got you."
Oh, shit.
And Cora will say something about, "You're practicing hugging. Good job."
Yeah, he smells like berries and leaves.
I'm going to cast Druidcraft and create fireworks above them, like.
Oh man!
I do have a scroll of ceremony.
He lets go of you and says, "Don't worry, I'll let you think about it." And he walks away with the wine.
I assure you, I will not be.
He's really trying to. He doesn't listen. He's just trying to show off his tushy as he's leaving.
The flat Earth conspiracy has more curves than you, boy. Anyway.
Come on, Kerry. I'll go run the bath for you.
Thank you.
I mean, it was purely that natural one, Kerry. It really was. I think he's got an 11 AC because he's not wearing any armor.
No, I was wondering because the guy that I've got envisioned in my head in Kerry's past, she's got a guy that she dated.
Yeah.
That she had to stop dating because she died. And he had black hair and stubble.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's not Kurik. It's not Kurik.
It's not. No. But I was like, and Kerry's like, he looks fairly familiar, and I don't know if my heart is breaking, falling, or closed. So.
Well, anyway, that's my fun with the retainers. Where would the party like to go next?
Wherever we go before town, I would still want to bring those papers to Gilderoy.
I would say in that time you've already done it. They appreciate the gesture. And I'm just going to compile for it to see if anybody is missing and or who is here and who isn't here, basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
Core would think it would be in our best interest to make our way back to New Eurinium.
Do we take a long rest before we do this?
This,
Yeah.
you'll have a
This is the night before, so
yeah.
Good. I don't want to just waste like 2 spell slots on 2 children. Anyway. So, yeah.
Did we ever find out what happened to Maxwell's armor?
Pardon?
It was buried with him.
All right, okay.
You went quick enough, Sparhawk.
It was
Yeah.
ruined. And nobody said anything in character, so.
It was a bit much to ask for, to be honest.
Agnes would have got over it eventually.
Sparhawk spends tonight digging Maxwell up.
I think you should do it. You've got one last
Hang on,
night.
can we just go back to the fact that Sparhawk is doing manual labour and his retainers aren't?
Sparhawk spends the night watching his retainers dig.
Yeah.
Can I confirm if you're being sarcastic or serious?
That was sarcastic.
Very good. Just checking.
I have one last thing I'd like to ask and possibly do. The Starfist pendant I have.
Yeah.
Is that breakable? Is it smashable into other pieces?
It can be broken.
Okay, so can I? I don't know if I could do this, but I was wondering if I could either break it myself and then go to a jeweler and ask them to make some type of thing, like not thing,
Thing is a great description.
A jeweler could definitely make some kind of thing.
I'm stuck on the people thing, the kids thing. Sorry.
The friendship bracelet or something, or
yeah, some type of like thing to signify my allegiance, I guess, to these guys. Like 7.
How about the moonstone necklace?
Yeah, how about the necklace you already have?
I know that, but I mean, if I give, like, I feel because to carry this pendant is something that she holds dearly and is her loyalty to her family. If she breaks it, she feels like she's going to be devoting herself to you guys in a sense, being loyal to you guys, considering this is her first group of people that she's with.
So then, yeah, you can break it's not going to be an issue for you to break the pendant.
I don't know if I'll break it into 7 pieces or 18.
No, it's not. It's not a magical pendant. If you break it, it's going to smash into pieces. There'll be a random amount, and whether or not it can be fixed again is really when you bring it back to a jeweler. But it's not big enough to be split into 7 equal pieces, shall we say?
Okay, never mind. I take that back then. I keep it. Another thing that I think we forgotten about is I rolled an actual 1, right? On the shocking.
No, but that's a cantrip, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, and what about Misty Step? Do I have to roll that?
Yeah, roll a d20 for that.
Okay, I was just thinking because I kind of want stuff to happen. Fuck's sake, when's never going to pull up?
Sparhawk slaves all die in a massive inferno as Kerry Misty steps away.
I just want to pull up.
You want your character to die after everything I've...
I've came close to death twice already. No, I just want something to happen. Like, I want to have like a unicorn appear or something, or just like a little flock of butterflies.
Well, anyway. Stop talking and go on an adventure.
I would love to go on an adventure.
I'm going on an adventure to bed.
All right. So
means a little corner.
The party agrees that they're going to go and go to New Eurinium. All right. So you all find yourselves a bed inside your new hideout. Speaking of which, where is everybody sleeping in?
That's where I wanted to sleep.
Isaac's going there. Okay.
Right.
Agnes is going there.
Time to move everything.
Agnes is sleeping with Emerald, and Emerald's sleeping.
Suspicious.
There's 4 beds in this one, so that would be Sparhawk and retainers.
Portbush just instantly goes towards the library.
Cora goes sleeps in the cupboard.
No, I stopped myself. I was gonna go over here. I feel a little awkward being in the Dargon room. Is there any other place that would be big enough for me? If not, I might find myself.
Every room would be big enough for you. So
would be big enough for me.
You're
Okay.
You're a tall creature. You're not a large creature. Bed can hold you.
Right. Well, I mean, not everything in this facility has held me before. I don't need to go breaking all the beds.
Yeah, a decrepit, half-built chair didn't hold you in your heavy armor.
I mean, Gloria would be in the stable, wouldn't he? So.
Yeah, I would probably go, if Gloria's back, I would probably go sleep in the stable with Gloria.
Yeah, Gloria would be in the stable. I'll get a token.
Okay. Carrie goes and joins in the stable. She wants to make sure that, as much as she seems awkward, she wants to make sure that Cora's okay, because Cora was very nice to her. She was bad still from earlier, just the casual bringing up trauma, so she just wants to sleep with Cora. So, hi, Cora. I just want to make sure you're nice and okay.
Harold will sleep in the kitchens where he belongs.
Good. For once, the woman
It's nice and warm there.
Kitchen. Sorry.
Okay. So, as you approach Gloria, Kerry, can I get just an animal handling check from you, just to see how she will react to you this evening?
I don't want to be close to the curate. I don't. Animal handling.
Yes, please.
11.
Gloria does not like you.
Oh, she's a pretty horse, but I'm just gonna.
He.
She's a he.
He. Sorry, I'm too sorry.
It's okay. His name is Gloria.
His name is Gloria. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna. I see that. I'm going to just say hi, Cora. I'm in the other little haystack.
I would stroke Gloria down his nose and put my forehead against his muzzle and just say, it's okay, she's a friend, and continue to just kind of calm him down.
Okay, so
I'm disgusted by this chat.
Eventually, you all find yourselves going. It's a relatively quiet night for yourselves. Isaac, obviously, a lot's playing on your mind. Can I just get a character insight as to what Isaac is going through?
Shame, regret. Feels like he's really fucked up because there was no information gained properly from taking that life in that manner. I think he'd be like tossing and turning most of the night and not really getting a good night's sleep.
And how does he feel about the whole about that man himself that you killed? Do you feel as if he was justified in what he did? Do you think he was a good person?
Yeah.
You understood his life.
Yeah, I felt he did the best he could with what cards he was dealt, and he's contemplating going back and releasing them all.
But he doesn't do it. Or does he do it?
Yeah, he's going to go do it. He's going to go release them all.
All right.
It's too much for him. That's why I placed myself in this room so I could get out easier.
So in the middle of the night, Isaac leaves. Since Agnes is sleeping, you can stealth check, please.
Yep. Problem.
That will not. Agnes, what's your passive perception? Is it 10 or 11?
14.
14. So in the middle of the night, Agnes, you were creaking up. Isaac is leaving.
What are you doing?
Just going to get some fresh air, clear my head. Lots happened today.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
Why?
Just like eyes shut. Eyes shut, just reach out and be like, just be safe. Bardic inspiration.
Fine.
And just like go back to sleep.
Don't tell the others, and then just go.
All right.
Tell the others what?
So Isaac, you make your way out. You make your way out of the hideout towards the prisoner area. It seems that the members of the New Order are mainly all awake, looking at the the body that has been removed from the post and has been placed on a table. It looks like there's nobody there at the moment except for one snoozing guard. It looks like there was a minor investigation. There's an investigation in progress, but the guards have stepped away for now to try to who the hell killed this guy, basically.
So I'll try and sneak past the guard.
Make a stealth check, please, unless you want to cast invisibility.
No, I'm going to say that's my gal.
Yeah.
I get a D6 on top as well.
Well, you've already beat his passive, so you were able to sneak past the guards and to the New Orders who see you, and they are trying their utmost to squirm away from you on the post that they can't move. You lean down and taking out a dagger, they yelp a little, but you were able to cut their binds free, one by one, as they all stand up, look at you and their filth that they've garnered over a few days, and they are confused. What do you do? What do you say?
What I did was wrong. I shouldn't have done it. You guys don't deserve to die for being dealt a shit hand. I'm giving you the opportunities now to leave. Just go. Just try and make something better of your life.
And with that, silently, they all leave into the trees and beyond. Isaac makes his way back to the hideout, goes back to sleep. But you don't have a very good night. The morning comes. The talk is already abuzz about the town that the members of the New Order had escaped in the night after one of their own was murdered. This is, of course, comes a bit of a surprise to the party, as you had believed that Isaac had killed.
I only ever thought Isaac was going to kill one of them.
I was under the impression he was going to kill all.
I was going to kill them. That's why
Okay.
I went with the intention to just get the information out of all. The ones that were going to be executed anyway.
When you came back, did you tell us that you only killed one?
No, he said it's done. That's what he said.
It's done. Okay.
Okay.
However, your time in Stars Unity has ended. You gather your things. Sparhawk, you are leaving your retainers in the hideout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, you pack up your things. The town does send you off a fond farewell. They truly do wish for you to come back. Their borders are always going to be for you, and they would feel a lot more if you guys stuck around as well, considering that the border prisoners have escaped and could be leading the other New Order back to the settlement to attack at any point. But they understand that you are not meant to be here forever, so you've got things to do. A fond farewell is had with the leaders and the members of the public that you have to know the last few days, and you make your way back out into the wilderness.
On the way out, Jack, can I just say now that we've got this herbology journal from Chris, can I just take a snippet of each plant and stick it in with the journal?
Of course.
That I'm carrying. Thank you.
Of course.
Ron, did we take the 3 rare plants with us in your bag of holding, or did we leave them?
I would have left them in case they might die in the bag of holding, because there's another dimension they go to.
Yeah. I have a sample of each of them, although I don't know how well that will survive, just because I'm taking it to Zaza.
Yeah, I
But
think we would have
the actual plant stayed there.
Yeah, we would have left instructions with the retainers about how to take care of the plants while we were away.
Now, who remembers how many days it is?
Sorry?
How many days? What, sorry?
How many days travel? Does anybody remember how many days travel it was between.
I think it's
4.
2.
I thought it was 3.
Yeah,
well, that's 3 different answers.
3 stuck in
I
my
thought it
head.
was 3.
It was 3.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to the notes.
2.
Um,
Yeah, it is 3. So, well, it should be 3.
So I'm right. Yeah. Okay.
Can you all see the map? I can only see a section, tiny wee section.
I think that's the only section that
Yeah.
we're allowed to see right now, right?
Yeah,
It's about normal.
Yeah.
yeah. That's all I've revealed.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I
That
can
is,
see
I'm sorry. Sorry.
that little
sorry, continue.
WO. I just saw WO on mine.
Oh, you only see
Oh no, we can
WO.
see more than that. We can see the
Yeah.
Wonderwoods, New
Oh, I
Eurinium,
can see
Golden
that.
Isles, etc. Oh, okay.
All
Doesn't
right.
matter though.
This map's like the bane of your life, isn't it, Jack?
Is that the Kellogg's cereal? Okay.
It is.
Because we are the special K.
We are the special Kellogg's. We are
All right. Let's try this
we
again.
are breakfast.
Most important meal of the day.
Is Chris special K? I'm in love with it.
Oh, it's opened a bit.
Oh,
Wonderwoods,
my
I can see.
Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty much what we could see before.
yeah.
Yeah.
A whole lot of water.
Oh, and a little bit more.
There we go. It's slow on the update file. Anyway, in any case. So, what pace are you guys going to be fast or slow?
I don't think we're in a
I'd say
particular rush,
normal.
are we?
Yeah, we're not in a rush to get there, so normal. I'd just standard pace.
Okay. So,
I'm just keeping a watch out for any type of ambushes from any escaped prisoners.
okay. Well, they all cut your throats and you'll sleep on the
What a dream.
Okay,
Oh,
so
please let them try, because I want to kill them all, because I'm annoyed at Isaac. That's more me
who
than Walkers.
is taking point in this?
For Sparhawk?
Yeah.
Sparhawk?
Has to
I
be.
vote Sparhawk for tribute. I volunteer Sparhawk as tribute.
For taking point.
If you die,
Well, I can try, but I'm not the woodsy type.
Are you taking your horse, Sparhawk? Are
Yeah.
you on your horse?
I'm riding my horse. I'm resplendent.
oh.
Resplendent, that's a very long word for lazy.
I think he prefers sub-efficient. Thank you.
What kind of ability would determine? I know we lost our ranger, but what kind of ability would determine whether you had
Perception.
perception? Oh, just for being on the lookout. I thought we were talking about for navigating.
No.
I have a 4 in perception. I don't know.
Would I be familiar at all with it because of living out in the forest at all?
This is a perception check.
Perception.
Oh,
okay.
I mean, I'll roll perception. I
You're
would
all
be.
familiar with the route because you've all travelled.
Yeah.
This is a case of I'm asking who is taking.
There you go.
Who's going to be aware of the dangers? So, Sparhawk is taking point on this one. However, you are just enjoying the too much to truly keep your eyes out. However, you believe.
Okay.
So, first day, as you travel throughout the day, the most interesting thing that happens to you is you see a reddish-like bird with extremely long tail feathers, almost probably double the size of. Yet the bird itself is probably bigger than a small creature, flying overhead. Seems to the tail themselves seems to wisp like ribbons, basically. It doesn't make a sound. It's just.
You're cutting it out a little bit, Jack.
Sorry, is that
I
any
heard
better?
that fine.
Yes.
Wow. Narrative.
Oh, okay, maybe it was just me then.
Me as well,
I
so
mean-
I'm wondering if our internet's going down.
It
jolly
was
good.
spotty for me too.
Yeah.
Who sees this? Just Sparhawk?
No, the group will see this because it's not making any attempt to hide itself. Clear blue sky today, so it's a very noticeable thing.
How
Cora,
high up is
spell
it? Sorry.
magic.
I'm going to say to Cora, go and you
How high,
speak to
actually?
it. Go and you speak to the
It's about-
bird. Speak
It's
to the
flying
bird.
overhead. It's about 150.
Oh, it's quite far away, so we can't quite speak to it.
Well, it's above you,
shout.
so.
Shouted it.
Could shoot it down.
No.
Please don't.
I mean,
It might taste
those,
delicious.
it might taste delicious, and those feathers certainly interesting.
Oh, I see.
I feel
what
like
you
it doesn't
mean.
exist.
What direction is it flying in?
It's flying westwards.
It's not specifically hovering over us, is it? It's just
No,
flying
no,
through.
no. It's just it looks like it's flown coastline or somewhere around the coastline, and it's just heading westwards.
So west
So
is
it's
the
got a direct
opposite
path
direction
as
from
well.
where we're going.
You're heading southeast.
So more or less opposite.
I'm going to draw a little
So-
picture of the bird in my little notebook. Just
Okay.
like get a red pencil and colour it
I've got
in,
a
and just be like, "It looks
page ready
amazing,"
for
and
it.
I'll actually draw it and put it in the thing in a bit.
Okay.
So no, Kerry doesn't know that. That's metagaming.
I'm assuming that this is a beast of the new world, and none of us would recognize.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Did we have some sort of quest to catalogue beasts or something?
Well, yeah.
We did.
a bestiary.
Basically,
Need a bestiary.
Basically, if we bring any exotic skins and things to
Oh,
Sasa, he will pay for it.
Beast. Okay.
Well, we also have the book from Hunter Lexi to catalog descriptions and behaviors of creatures as well.
Right.
So I don't know. I assume
Oh,
I don't know who has that book. Does
Yeah. I don't know.
is that
who
the book
took
that
it.
Agnes was talking about?
Yeah. Is it?
Imagine this is just a simple bird, and Jack's like, guys, it's a bird.
Oh no, it's
Yeah,
not. It's a bird.
It's an interesting.
I mean, I kind of
Description
want to
of a
hunt
bird.
everything, but I don't think the party would respect me very much if I started shooting down random birds. So I restrain myself.
If only we had a trick, say Isaac.
Oh, I know. It's either blown out of the sky already.
Accidentally.
I feel like it's an illusion, kind of, because we can't hear it. It's just delicate and up there.
Right,
that high. I think
it's
an
not-
illusion.
I mean, it's quite high. How much noise do birds normally make?
It's not
I know
core or
that.
anything.
Pardon?
Well, it's
Can-
flying. It's flying away. Agnes is taking a quick sketch of it. Is there anything you guys want to do? Effectively, you can't do anything about.
No. Just
I
continue.
I would want to just look and see if it's. Can I tell if this is just a regular creature, if it's some sort of magical creature? Is that something I could discern by looking at it?
Make a survival check.
Could I send Madog up to like fly up to try and get closer to it to get a better look, and I can like look through
Yeah,
Madog's
use
eyes
his
if I
eyes.
stand still.
What's the range on you seeing through Magdog's eyes?
I believe it's either 100 or 120 feet.
It's 150 feet up, so it's going to be beyond your eyes. You can look at it from.
But
30
I'd be 30 feet away from it rather than 150 feet away from it. So yeah, I'd take that.
All right. Make Mad Dog do a dexterity check to try and catch up with the bird. Cora, you're looking at it, but
You got Mad Dog.
its specific natures elude you. All you know is that it has interesting wings. It's fiery red, and it flies. That's it.
Sorry, Madog's sheet is loading very slowly.
Could be a phoenix. It couldn't be. I'm just purely guessing because it said red, and it's fluffy.
Well,
Fluffy?
phoenixes usually have
Okay.
flame breathing from them, so
Yeah, and you can't shoot those down.
you can.
Okay.
They just
Well, you can, but it won't die.
well, it will. It just becomes. a
It'll
new
come back.
Yeah, just be like, "Hi, bitches, you tried."
Oh,
I think-
technology.
I think Terry's just gonna go to Cora and just be like, "I don't. It doesn't feel like a real bird. I'm sorry. It doesn't feel like a real bird." She's just on edge.
A real bird. What else would it be?
It could be an illusion. I mean, think of it. a bird heading in a direct straight place instead of just hovering around someplace. And as beautiful as it looks, and
Mad Dog's
really
just
tiny,
opening as a
no
blank
sound.
sheet. I don't know if that's just my end or
All
what.
right, just roll in.
Hold on. Nope, it tricked me to make me think it was loading, but it lied.
Just roll a d20. I've got the pseudo dragon stats here. This is a +2.
Clicked it. Okie doke.
That's 20.
Oh my!
Oh, fuck me.
So, Mad Dog, waiting for his moment to shine, basically just kicks off your shoulder and just goes, and it is able to, in that brief moment of time, just dashes way up into the sky until eventually it gets to about 30 feet. Strange bird. The bird notices this thing coming towards it, and it does deviate its course a little away from it.
That's fine. I'm not trying to intimidate it. I'm just trying to get a better look. So I'll be looking through Mad Dog's eyes.
Make a perception check,
Right.
please.
Okie doke. Do you want to do that on mine? Rather than wait 3 hours for my other sheet to load again.
Can I give him guidance or no?
Too late. Best you can tell, this bird, looking at it from 30 feet away, its feathers, whilst they are fiery red, on its sort of shoulder wing side, seems to have kind of a hypnotic pattern. Almost as the colours change a little, each beating. Its eyes are very wide as well, like much wider than what its head would actually allow. And it's reactive, like it recognizes Mad Dog, and effectively it is not. It's flying away in a way that instead of it being scared off by a predator, it's more of a case of it's seen what Mad Dog can do and has formulated a way that it can avoid Mad Dog based on that brief speed and directness that Mad Dog has traveled. Like it can see how Mad Dog moves and is reacting basically more intelligent than your average bird, shall we say.
Yeah, intelligence and magic. Interesting. And I'll bring Mad Dog back. I shall stop looking through his eyes and I'll just pass it on to the rest of the party. Yeah, it seems like it was an intelligent creature.
The bird flies off.
Shapeshifter. I'm calling it shapeshifter. Mm-mm. Don't like birds.
If you're right,
Carrie
Carrie,
was
I'll whisper it
paranoid.
to you.
Really?
If you're right about a guess, I will.
I didn't know you did that. Okay, so it's not right, but oh my god.
Basically, shut the fuck up. Stop ruining the thing for everyone else.
Oh my god, wait! Oh, sorry.
I'm saying, if it's right, I will whisper it to you.
This is Carrie's being paranoid.
And I was
sorry.
joking, by the way. I was absolutely joking. Don't think I was being serious for the least.
All right. So, with that, the party continues on their destination. Eventually, the evening is beginning to show. Do you guys want to press on for the night, or do you want to find some place to camp?
I'm up for pressing on.
Will we have exhaustion? We press on.
Do we?
Yes. Well, you have to make constitution checks followed by constitution saving throws.
And also, strange woods get scary at night time. I mean, we're better off finding a safe place to try and rest and to keep watch. Nobody wants to go traipsing through the woods at night. We're in no rush.
It's straight camp.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm up for camping.
Okay. Cora and Emrod, because I know you guys are aware of it, can I get survival checks from the both of you as you are on the hunt for herbs and plants on throughout your journey for today? You are not able to locate any of the specific plants or herbs that nature herself was researching today.
Thank you.
So you find you enter into a little bit of cluster of trees, and you find this little
Pardon me.
for you to be able to basically set up camp. So, who's going to be taking first, second watch?
I am happy to take a watch.
Unless it depends if you guys are on watch tonight.
You're breaking up again.
On watch
Jeff.
every night.
As if you guys are on watch tonight.
Yeah. On watch every night.
We're in the woods would definitely set a watch, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, again, Kerry is paranoid, so she will probably be watch as well.
Cora would take watch.
All right. So who's
I'll
taking
go first, if
watch?
that's all right. Yeah, I'll go first.
Right, can they get perception checks for me, please?
Die slave.
Are we doing teams of
Yeah.
That's payback for calling me Dice Slave.
Well, Vorkris is taking the first watch, and nobody said if anybody was taking it with him. So with that, Vorkris, it's been a long day, and you've not really, and the amount of you've been traveling throughout the plains and through some of the forests, you haven't really been able to read your book that much. So whilst everybody was sleeping,
Yeah.
it's just
That's what I was about to say. Every other step is like, I could have read another chapter.
Yeah.
Could have read another chapter of this book.
Yeah.
I never got around to reading that book. I'm just sat here like just moaning to myself when I'm streaky.
So taking some of the key selections that you took from the library that once belonged to Drusilia, you start flicking through some of the books. So if anything does happen, Vorkris, you're not aware of it. But
Do I read anything good?
No, nothing more interesting. Basically, just more confirmations of what you already know. Okay, so you, by the time you've read through probably about half of the book, you'll be like, "Oh, it's time for somebody else to take over now." Who's taking second watch?
I can take the second watch. That's fine.
Can I do it with Cora? Oh,
Okay,
right.
you do it.
If you
Kerry, you do it.
Okay.
You go.
All right.
All right, so Cora and Kerry, both of you can make perception checks, or one of you can make perception check at advantage. Your choice.
What do you
Carrie, how good is your perception?
2. But,
2.
no,
All right.
Yes. 2.
Mine is 4, so we can either roll it together or I can roll it with advantage. It's up to you.
I honestly do not mind.
Okay, why don't we both roll it then?
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So, as the night proceeds onwards, the bugs and the various calls, creatures come out. And, is there anything you two want to discuss for role play or anything?
Cora, thank you for being so accepting of my background.
I would just really like to for everyone to understand that our actions speak more to who we are than our names or our race or where we came from. It's really who you are inside that matters, and I think that you have a lot of good in you despite the family that you come from.
Thank you.
And then I would ask just if you felt safe.
In general? Safe in general?
I mean, with the circumstances being what they are at this point, do you feel safer here than you did back in the old world? Do you?
I guess I kind of do. I mean, I guess I kind of miss I don't kind of miss it, but like the protection, like the royal guards, they're always on watch and watching everything and stuff. But now there's nothing. But at the same time, it is just me, or not just me anymore. But I feel safer now, I'd say, because I've got you guys. I know you guys are a team sort of now. Special K and all that. So I think I feel safer now. now that I'm not alone, especially.
She'd give a little
Yeah.
smirk and then, not entirely, but I think there's a lot to process, and I think that we're all learning as we go along. And I think that I feel safer with the group than I ever would without the group. They're good people, and I think that we'll be okay together.
Okay.
So as the night goes, Kerry, you're quite satisfied that nothing happens. You go to wake up the third and final shift. Who's shift?
I'll take it if no one else will.
Okay. Can I get a perception check from you, please, Agnes?
Yep, just to let you know, I would use light as well, light cantrip. So I can see.
All right. Thank you for letting me know.
That's 21.
So, as the night proceeds on, coming to the very, very early hour, you cast light to just make sure that you can see around. Your ears pick up something, a flutter for the tree. You look up towards the branches, and what you can see up there is a rather large owl, medium-sized owl. Its eyes are kind of like green, kind of like a greenish glow, sort of. But it doesn't have a beak. That's the odd thing.
Is there a mouth hole?
No. It's just staring at the light.
Can I? I'm just going to check the light cantrip. I think I have to touch it.
Yes, you do. You touch something.
Yeah. I'm going to watch it for a minute or so and just see what it does, if it's interested in us or interested in the light.
Seems to be more interested in the light. You get the fear. Actually, go ahead and make an intelligence check, please.
Oh, I'm not as thick as I thought I was. Oh, yes, I am.
You don't really gain anything more about its nature, other than it's watching the light.
I'm quite concerned, the beak, having no mouth. Kind of pondering that. I would, walk from one side of the camp to the other and just put light on something else over the other side and just watch it follow.
The head follows the light. Body stays still. And as you cast, it probably sticks there for the better part of 3 hours before the sun begins to rise. And then as it notices the sun, it seems to notice the morning rays in the sky, and it flutters away through the beats.
I would have done something if it was still there after 5 minutes. So if it was there after 5 minutes, I would have just nudged Cora awake and be like, Cora, there's something weird.
Where is it?
And I'll just point up to the owl with no beak.
And I suppose I will take a look at it and try and figure out what it is.
Make an intelligence check. It looks blind, or to a sense that it looks like it only notices movement.
Okay. Then I will try and use this and speak with it, and I will tell Agnes, say I may be able to talk with it. What do you think I should ask?
Eat.
Eat?
No beak and there's no mouth hole.
So I'll kind of go, okay, I'm still sleepy, so just going along with it. Get this owl and do whatever it is I do to speak with the beast. I imagine that I hold my raccoon and make some like clicking noises and go, "Excuse me, how do you eat with no mouth hole?"
It looks down at you, and its head twists. So you know how elves twist their heads like all the way around? This one twists it away like that, like a Ferris wheel. Turns it all the way completely upside down and just stares at you. If it does say anything you don't understand.
Okay. I will continue to. I will look at Agnes and say, "It didn't say anything." I'm going to ask it maybe if it's noticed anything strange around here. So I'll look back at it and make my weird clicking noise and say, "Have you noticed anything strange or dangerous around here?"
It continues to stare at you with its inverted head. If it is saying anything you do not understand.
Okay. I'm picking up on that, but I'm still groggy. So I'm going to ask it. I said, maybe I'm not being clear. I'm going to ask it one more time. I'm going to say, are you a friend or an enemy?
It continues to do exactly the same. You have no ability to understand.
That's right. So I have no ability to understand, but do I...
Speech of beasts of life. You can communicate simple ideas with beasts and plants. They understand you, but you have no ability to understand them.
Right. I just am trying to figure out if it's acknowledging what I'm saying or if it's
acknowledging you. It's staring at you instead of the... So.
Okay. All right. Then I'll say, if you're a friend, maybe flap your wings one time.
It stares at you.
Okay. Okay. And then I'll look at Agnes and I go, I have no idea what that is. And I don't know how to talk to it. Maybe I'm just too tired. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sorry. No. But we should write it down in the book.
I will draw a picture. I'll get the iPad out again. I will draw another picture of it and make a note that we saw an owl with no mouth.
It seems to pose a little, puff its chest out as you start drawing it.
I mean, have you seen my drawings? It doesn't really matter.
I might, as a last-ditch effort, go and try and wake up Emron because I think he's been sleeping this whole time, yeah? And just say, yes. Emron, I don't know if you'll know what this is, but I really feel like maybe you should see it.
Okay, so I guess I see this owl with no beak as well, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to say to Cora, have you tried doing your communication with it? Has it stopped?
I did, and it looked at me, but it didn't react. It didn't give me anything back to let me know that it was really willing to communicate back with me.
Okay, let me try something. I'm going to try to speak with animals.
Okay. So you can't speak with animals.
Yeah. So I'm going to say, hello, friend. Have you met people before?
Looks at you now toward Emron. And you hear in your head, no, I think I have.
So I'm going to excitedly say to Cora, it spoke to me in my head.
Keep going.
What am I going to ask it?
Ask if it's how does it eat?
Oh, hi.
The important questions.
My friends here and I are very fascinated by you because we haven't seen anything like you before. We've noticed you don't have a mouth. How do you eat or feed yourself?
Philosophically.
Philosophically?
Oh. So I guess, yeah. So I guess maybe it eats at something other than food, maybe? Now, I'm going to say, you look like you know a lot of things. Can you tell us, if there's been anything strange or unusual that's been happening around here? Has any humanoids do anything strange? Anything that's outside of what you usually experience?
Yeah, actually, there's a tree that does not sing.
A tree that doesn't sing anymore. Is that what you said?
Yes.
I share that with Cora and Agnes. I guess they're the only two awake, right? Where is this singing tree?
Is maybe a few miles to the south east. Is that how you see it? Yes, a few miles. He was a newt. He was about to go through the cusp. He was due to metamorphose to the next stage. He was going to become a spirit. Do you know of those?
No, I've not experienced of such a thing before. Are there many of these trees around, or just that one?
Yes, there was some trees that live for a long time. They manifest themselves into beings that they see of themselves as, and they become aware of their surroundings, can even influence the trees. The trees that become before that, they sing, and we nature can hear them.
Oh, a singing tree. Does this so DM, this is a question for you. Is this same as the one with the deer that we encountered?
Yeah, what he's describing is.
Oh, you just broke up.
That's what he's describing is very white spirited elk that you met.
It. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna say, I think I know which kind of tree you're talking about.
Oh yes, so you have seen them.
Yes, now that you described them to me. How long has it stopped singing?
Oh, he's stopped singing for a few weeks now, actually.
Ah, and has anything happened to the area where that tree lived?
There's more people.
Ah, that's interesting.
Well, there's one person and a few scary looking people. I don't fly around there anymore. For they stand very still near the trees, and they don't let us. They scare me. So the crows hate them as well. But yes, there is a few people that stand around. But I mean, what is this difference is that there are more people like you around. I've heard the tales, but I did not think them true until I saw you.
Please know that we mean no harm to any natural beings or trees or animals or beings such as yourself.
That is fine. Everyone was in a bit of an uproar recently, especially the big folk, the four-pads and the beast tribes. But they seem to be returning to their homes. It seems that the unknown killer, an apex, was killed recently, and things can go back to normal.
I'm happy to share with you that we helped with killing that apex because we knew you guys were in trouble.
Oh, that's very good for you.
I have another couple of questions for you, if that's okay. Do you know anything about something called Hala?
Yes, that is the name of the soul.
The name of
the souls.
The souls of within the trees we've been talking about.
Yes, of the trees, of the grass, of the beasts, of everything.
Oh.
We are all Hala.
Ah, I understand. It's the spirit of life kind of thing.
No. Not life. It's we are all Hala.
Okay.
Life is life. Hala is Hala.
Okay, I scratch my head a little bit and share that with Cora and Agnes, who's still with me. And I'm going to say to Agnes and Cora, anything else I should ask him before he leaves us?
Maybe you should ask if he's seen Dargon. Describe Dargon as bigger than me, with the markings on his head. See if he knows where he is.
Okay, so I will. But I suppose I'm going to ask you now. Can you describe Dargon to me? Because I don't know who you're talking about. I was a spider at that point. Remember, I haven't even got to the room where you were.
Oh, okay. So then I would go ahead and describe him. He's however tall.
And also that lady called Nature that people have been calling her about. I should describe her as well, right?
Yeah.
She seems very unique.
She was a red tiefling.
Just for the sake of brevity, the owl has
I
not
thought
seen them.
Okay. That's great. Thank you so much for information. I really appreciate it.
Time. Can you bring the light back?
I say to Agnes, "Oh, Agnes, this owl would like to see the light again, if that's okay with you."
I'm utterly creeped out by it, but I make the ground like. Yeah,
Okay, so you cast light. You cast light
how
again?
tall
Or?
up is the tree?
It's about 10, 15 feet up.
I'm gonna touch the tree and make the tree light.
Oh, that is more than I can eat, but thank you. And he starts staring at the tree.
It's eating the light, apparently. That's why it was following it. That's how it feeds itself.
It's a photosynthesis
So wait,
owl.
his eyeballs are his mouth. No, that can't be right.
Yeah.
It just absorbs it like plants do. Plants absorb light.
I don't understand.
This owl absorbs
plants.
light. Well, I'm fast asleep and I can still tell you that.
Everyone is shaken awake by this gigantic in the distance.
I guess some giant beast is attracted by a giant glowing tree.
I retract the light quickly.
I was enjoying that. But I must go now. It seems that you have awakened the beasts. They are probably coming. You should probably not want to stick around here much longer. Goodbye. And he flies away.
Bye. And I'm going to start waking everybody up if they're not woken up already.
Okay.
With Isaac, I'll just kind of kick him a little bit on the shoulder with my toe. I want to touch him.
Aww.
That's how I'll nudge him away.
His skin sheds on the impact.
I have a question.
All right. Yeah?
Is Spellhawk's little two what are they called? People.
The retainers are back at the
Slaves.
hideout.
Okay, cool.
Just broke the heart.
Just call them slaves. Sparhawk really enjoys it when you call them slaves.
Okay. So, you guys quickly get your things together and you get the fuck out of there. Because not more than 10 minutes later, you can see on the distance from the Borealis effect overhead, the canopies of the trees are listing. Just the trees are being pushed aside.
Oh.
You woke a T-Rex up.
Not happy with that. No thanks.
Are we heading southeast, did you say, Jack? That's the way we're going towards Eurinium.
Yes.
So I'm going to tell everybody about the elk tree, those of us that know about it, from when we first got here, that, you know, they stopped singing, la 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 la. If that's on our way towards Eurinium, then perhaps we should swing by. And I'll share with them that there's some people living there, so the owl didn't know who they were, but, you know, it doesn't sound friendly, and they're probably doing not good stuff to this soul tree.
I got the impression, I mean, I know that my character was asleep, but I got the impression that was new Eurinium he was talking about. The people standing very, very still were scarecrows guarding the crops, and that it's just our actual presence in this world that is draining the magic from the tree. That was the impression that I got from the description.
Okay.
I was writing down notes, so.
But we can see how close this tree is to
Yeah.
Eurinium as we approach it, I guess. If it's nowhere near it, I'm completely wrong.
Well, you guys walk throughout the remainder of the night until the morning hits and the stars come up. So you have slept, but it doesn't matter because you haven't expended anything, but you've not had the effects of the long rest because you were disturbed and had to move from rest. As you look up towards the horizon of the plains ahead and the woods, as you continue making your way towards New Eurinium, we'll call that a session, guys.